Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Universal Job Transfer, Weak Summons. I transform into Mulan. Chapter 61. On the Dunes. Lu Feng was driving the sand boat alone. Shi Jingjing and the four of them were cooking hot pot around a spiritual energy stove in the back. The pot still uses a square grid. Clear soup, mushrooms, tomatoes, spicy, to meet the tastes of different people. The area around the stove was filled with the meat of various exotic animals that had just been collected. Sand wolf meat, iguana meat, sandworm meat, scorpion claw meat. There are also some spiritual vegetables that they bought in advance. The strange beasts look strange, but the meat on their bodies is made of the finest ingredients. If you take it to the city and sell it, 1 kilogram will cost at least baling stone. What's even more outrageous is that flying above them is a jelly-like pet with a blue body. This is Shi Jingjing's pet, Frost Slime. The huge body, several meters square, completely blocked the direct sunlight at noon for everyone below. And from time to time, little ice crystals would fall, bringing them the slightest bit of coolness. After all, eating hot pot is very hot. Lu Feng, give it. The master stood up quietly and handed over a large bowl of steaming sand wolf meat that had just been cooked. Well, thanks. Lu Feng slowed down slightly and took the bowl and chopsticks sideways. Pick up a piece of meat, dip it in the satay sauce, and put it in your mouth. The meat is delicious and chewy, paired with the salty and fresh sauce, which makes the taste buds on the tongue immediately rejoice. Yeah, Chef Fan's skills are incredible. Fan Chi smiled and said, that's it for shabu shabu. If you can use an iron pot, it will taste even better. Lu Feng nodded. We're on our way now. Let's eat some hot pot first to get over it. When we get to the ruins, we'll sit down and have a big meal. Okay, everyone responded in unison. Team Lu Feng was eating hot pot and moving quickly. Encountering a strange beast blocking the road, Lu Feng quickly took action to deal with it. Dig out the core, then get in the car and continue on your way. No sloppiness. At the same time, the progress of other teams gradually slowed down. Left path, somewhere. Ouch! The crystal dragon roared angrily, its claws swept across, and smashed several strange beasts in front of it. At this time, its huge body already had some minor injuries. Since my physical strength has dropped significantly, I no longer use the usual dragon breath. Change to a more energy-saving attack method. On the side, Wang Chen wielded his giant sword and split a sand leopard in half. Then he held the giant sword and panted heavily, sweat dripping from his forehead like raindrops. Who, can't we finish killing this monster? Why does it feel endless? His squad had been leading the lane on the left. Also under the greatest pressure. Everything went well at first, but as time went on, more and more strange beasts are coming forward, and their frequency is gradually increasing. The other team members around him all looked exhausted. Wang Chen, let's take a rest first. If this continues, sooner or later the monster will kill you. Wang Chen pondered for a moment and nodded helplessly. Get back, meet the other teams. The path on the right, somewhere. Yun Yang Ju. Quote, the girl with purple hair in a high ponytail and a fluttering white robe danced with the shadow of an umbrella in her hand. Immediately a strong aura like a surging tide arose. Instantly kill several strange beasts in front of you. Putting away the umbrella, her face suddenly turned pale. This is a sign of mental weakness. A girl quickly came up to help her. His face was full of concern. Luo Shishi, let's take a rest first. Team 2 and Team 3 are not far behind. Today is only the first day, there is still a long time. Luo Shishi looked at the rankings. The gap with second place has widened again. Sighed. Okay. The teammates next to him were discussing secretly. The goddess is cool and never sloppy in her words. More than that, I've never seen her say more than 2 words in a sentence. A goddess should have such a personality. In the command center. While Lu Feng's team received the most attention, the teachers naturally would not leave the others behind. Jin Shang muttered. Wang Chen's team has begun to retreat. It seems that it has reached its limit. Zhao Yu's eyes quickly switched between several teams. Luo Shishi's team is resting where they are, taking turns to fight to save energy. Qiantang number 1 middle school's overall strength is very strong, and the other 2 teams are about to catch up with them. Shang Ke, it seems that they already know that relying on their own strength alone will not work. The teachers nodded. There are full considerations in choosing Sand Plains Secret Realm as the college entrance examination venue. Because Sand Plains Secret Realm has a characteristic, that is, it will refresh the exotic beasts infinitely. Deep in the Secret Realm, there is a portal to another world. Alien beasts will continue to pour out from inside and continue to attack along the 3 paths. True endless mode. When each student team first entered the Secret Realm, they were very far away from the portal, so they didn't feel anything. But as they go deeper and closer to the portal, the pressure on them will become greater and greater. The teachers estimated that at least 4 relatively strong teams would be needed to completely clear a path. This is a great test for students' ability to work together. After all, in terms of points mechanism, they are competing. How to balance the relationship between competition and cooperation is very critical. However, it seems that one team took a shortcut. At this time, Charon suddenly said, "What should I do about this?" The whole audience fell silent. Everyone knew who Charon was talking about. That's Team Lu Feng. The other teams followed the rules and followed the path. Only their team decided not to take the usual route and chose to walk on the sand dunes. The monsters on the dunes will not be refreshed. This is very embarrassing. Zhang Hong spread his hands. The sand dunes are full of elite-level beasts, and there are at least several boss-level beasts. Who would have thought that someone would be so hard-headed? Dong Wei nodded in agreement. The average team can't survive in the sand dunes. Lu Feng and the others can't be blamed for their own strength, right? Charon groaned. But they are advancing too fast. Originally, our plan was for them to arrive at the site the next day, but according to Lu Feng's speed, they will be able to arrive before sunset today. Once they close the portal, the other teams will simply win. Lu Omin. But then again, if Lu Feng and the others take a small path, wouldn't it be faster to advance against ordinary beasts? There was a sudden silence in the audience. In the end, it was Shang Ke who had the final say. It's not a big problem, so be it. Although other teams will benefit, since everyone benefits, it will not have any impact on the ranking. The teachers nodded. It can only be the burst. Create. Black sand explosive bomb. Lu Feng drove the sand boat forward and immediately attacked the monster when he saw it. Under his ferocious attack power, every elite monster cannot survive for less than 3 seconds. Boom. At this time, he saw a faint roaring sound of thunder and lightning on the right side of the front. It makes people tremble all over. The teacher who was sitting on the bamboo raft and eating watermelon quietly shook his hands and almost dropped the watermelon. Lu Feng, is there a thunderstorm coming? Should we find a place to take shelter? Due to the high temperature in the desert, various extreme celestial phenomena often occur. Lu Feng looked at the sky and found no thunderclouds. Looking towards the direction of the sound, he immediately saw a valley. It's not a thunderstorm, that sound came from the valley in front. Let's go over and see if there might be some powerful guy. Lu Feng drove the sand boat toward the valley. As they got closer, they saw small monsters escaping hastily on the road. Among them were many elite-level monsters who had previously fought against Lu Feng and the others. It's just that they have no intention of attacking at this time, and they have no reaction to Lu Feng's attack. He kept running away. Judging from his appearance, he seemed to be avoiding some terrifying creature. This time, Lu Feng was even more sure. There are definitely boss-level beasts inside. His eyes burned slightly, looking forward to the upcoming battle. Lu Feng, the valley in front of you looks like the Valley of Fire. At this time, Ji Yula spoke out, with a slight tremor in his voice. After she said this, Lu Feng suddenly remembered. Valley of Fire is one of the few dangerous places in Sandfield's secret realm. Own a boss-level beast, 9 bloodthirsty rings. To put it bluntly, it is just a large upright wild boar wearing armor. Hey, what the hell is this name? He stopped the sand boat and turned his face. Teacher Jingjing was okay, but Ji Yula and the 3 of them all looked pale. Although they had reached silver level 2 in the previous battle. But facing the pressure of the gold level boss, it was still a bit reluctant. Wait for me here and be careful. I'll be back soon. The 4 of them nodded. Shi Jingjing immediately summoned another pet, Infernal Salamander, to guard everyone. The pet is still ugly, with a face that looks like a Shar-Pei. Unhappiness written all over his face. The teacher quietly said confidently, My baby is so cute and cute, right? Lu Feng. It's just ugly, not cute. I have serious doubts about her aesthetics. Forget it, now is not the time to complain about this. He tapped his toes and soon reached the bottom of Valley of Fire. Then he saw a huge monster nearly 100 meters tall standing in the center of the valley not far away. The eyes seemed to be soaked in blood, and they were blood red. He was covered in thick armor, and his whole body was exuding bursts of black and red demonic flames. Lu Feng looked at it with his divine eye. 9 bloodthirsty rings boss level. Level. Gold level 5. Physique. 824 strength. 381 agility. 257 spirit. 183. Skills. Earth-shattering heavy/greedy, bloodthirsty, thick armor. Tip. We had fresh pork head meat at night. Lu Feng's mouth twitched slightly when he saw the prompt from the divine eye. This means that this pig looks fierce, but is actually very weak. At this time, the command center was quiet. The picture on the big screen was switched to Lu Feng's position and turned to the maximum. Qin Gang and others sitting in the back were so shocked that their jaws almost dropped. Is Lu Feng going to challenge the gold level boss 9 bloodthirsty rings? Do you want it to be so fierce? Roar. 9 bloodthirsty rings spotted Lu Feng approaching quickly and immediately let out a roar. Its arms were violently exerted, and granite-like muscles immediately stood out. The whole pig body suddenly expanded. The surge of breath immediately stirred up a burst of sand and dust. The eyes that looked at Lu Feng were full of contempt and disdain. The giant axe under his command swung up and struck him head-on. Earth-shattering heavy slash. The axe of 9 bloodthirsty rings looks fierce. In Lu Feng's opinion, his movements were as slow as an old man's. His agility value at this time has exceeded 1,000, coupled with the 60% acceleration effect of breeze. With a slight sideways movement, he dodged the attack. Black sand explosive bomb. 9 bloodthirsty rings. Seeing several flaming arrows falling from above his head, he wanted to dodge. Only to find that he couldn't move. When he looked down, he saw that his legs were covered with a layer of frost and were firmly frozen. After Lu Feng just shot black sand explosive bomb, he immediately cast ice domain at the feet of the boss. Boom, boom, boom. The flaming arrows instantly ignited the body of 9 bloodthirsty rings. However, the scorching flames also lifted the freezing effect on its legs. 9 bloodthirsty rings was about to run away and put out the flames on his body. The sandstorm that suddenly rose under his feet immediately dragged it down. Countless wind blades cut its body like sharp knives. Taking advantage of 9 bloodthirsty rings being trapped in a sandstorm and unable to move, Lu Feng immediately attacked with a combo of moves. Create, burst, destroy. Immediately, a series of terrifying injury figures shot out. Roar. As the health value dropped rapidly, 9 bloodthirsty rings roared wildly. Blood burst out all over his body and he entered the bloodthirsty state. However, there are no eggs. Lu Feng used a matrix to surround it so that it could not move, followed by another black sand explosive bomb. The 9 bloodthirsty rings stood firmly in place, being bombarded by Lu Feng's endless spells. Bang! 9 bloodthirsty rings collapsed to the ground. The eyes that looked at Lu Feng before he died were filled with countless emotions. Anger, confusion, fear. It couldn't understand why its majestic secret realm boss could be killed by a tiny human being. 9 bloodthirsty rings. When its huge body fell, it caused the entire valley to tremble violently. Boom! As the ground collapsed, a scorching hot air rose from the ground to the sky. Accompanied by the pungent smell of sulfur, fiery red lava emerged. Lu Feng was startled. It turns out that what flows under this valley is lava. No wonder it's called Valley of Fire. At this time, the entire secret realm suddenly sounded an ethereal sound. Boss, 9 bloodthirsty rings has been killed by Lu Feng. All friendly targets in the secret realm receive the Demon Slayer buff. In an instant, all the students in the secret realm, including the garrison soldiers. A sharp-edged symbol appeared above their heads. Demon Killer. All attributes plus 30%, life recovery speed plus 100%, mana recovery speed plus 100%, lasts for 6 hours. The students were all stunned, and when they saw the buff effect, they immediately beamed with joy. I suddenly felt full of strength. Thank you, Master Lu Feng. Who is this Lu Feng? He actually killed the boss. Isn't that a bit too fierce? You don't know yet. He is a master with SSS level talent. Lu Feng, who became the center of everyone's discussion, was currently picking up equipment and materials dropped by the boss. After picking it up, he jumped to the chest of 9 bloodthirsty rings and skillfully dug out a dazzling golden crystal core. After cleaning up and preparing to leave, his nose suddenly twitched. Huh, what smells so good? He lowered his head and looked at the 9 bloodthirsty rings that was scorched black by the flames. Not. Use your sword to cut open the highly carbonized, black surface, and you will see bursts of hot steam coming out of it. The enticing aroma of barbecue hits your face. Lu Feng cut off a small piece of pork that was roasted golden and shiny, put it to his mouth and blew it hard a few times. Take one bite. It melts in your mouth and juices flow freely. Lu Feng couldn't help but closed his eyes with satisfaction. Yeah, it's so fragrant and delicious. After eating the pork on his hand in several bites, Lu Feng cut off another large piece and ran outside. He walked back to the sandboat and handed over the steaming pork in his hand. Freshly baked whole pig, try it. Roasted whole pig. The teacher asked quietly, where did this come from? I roasted the pig, demon boss. The teacher was silent for a while. Fan Chi immediately took out a knife and cut it into 4 parts. Put it on 4 plates and distribute it to everyone. As soon as the 4 of them tasted it, their eyes suddenly lit up. Excellent pork belly. It smells so good. Lu Feng rode on the sand boat. Let's go down and cut the pork. Command Center. Looking at the picture, Lu Feng's team cut off large pieces of golden roasted pork from bloodthirsty 9 rings and everyone swallowed their saliva. Gulu. It's so cruel. Not only does it kill the boss, but it also eats its flesh. Gulu. But this pork looks so delicious. Gulu. I'm so hungry just looking at you. Mr. Shang, lunch is too little, I can't get enough. Shang Ke said angrily. The budget is only so much. Order takeout when you are hungry. Okay, I'm going to order some barbecue takeout now. Is there anyone with me? Count me in. And me, and me. I know a barbecue restaurant that tastes good and offers discounts for groups. I recommend it to you. Half an hour later, Lu Feng's team collected hundreds of kilograms of roasted whole pigs and left with the full load. The excess cannot be accommodated. Fan Chi cut off a large piece and put it on the raft to eat on the road. Others can only be reluctantly given up, although they spent a lot of time cutting the pork. But in the standings, it suddenly jumped to the first place, suddenly overtaking Wang Chen's team by more than 900 points. Because that 9 bloodthirsty rings points are given too much. After all, he is the boss, so he still has to give him some face. Sitting in the car, Lu Feng used the autopilot mode and began to sort out the gains from killing that 9 bloodthirsty rings. The first is a large yellow gold chain. It looks exactly like the one worn by the underworld boss in Hong Kong movies. Lu Feng couldn't help but twitched his lips. But when I saw the attributes, my eyes suddenly lit up. Cover necklace. Type. Necklace. Level. Gold level. Attributes. Plus 30 constitution, plus 30 strength, plus 20 agility. Special effect. When activated, the team's attack power is increased by 30%. Cooling time 10 minutes. Required level. Gold level 1. Excellent. Especially the special effects, which greatly improve the team, and the cooldown time is also very short. There are also 2 pieces of equipment, one is a breastplate and the other is a weapon. But it was of no use to him. Ground Hell Armor. Type. Breastplate. Level. Gold level. Attributes. Plus 40 Constitution, plus 40 Strength, plus 20 Agility. Required level. Gold level 1. Cover Tomahawk. Level. Gold level. Attributes. Plus 20 Constitution, plus 50 Strength, plus 20 Agility. Required level. Gold level 1. The name of this necklace is really not good. If it weren't for its good attributes, he wouldn't want to wear such a silly name. Lu Feng put on the necklace and gave all other equipment and materials to Shi Jingjing. All the harvest from this secret realm, equipment, crystal cores and other dropped materials. Finally, they are all replaced with crystal stones and then distributed. In terms of distribution ratio, Lu Feng originally wanted to divide it equally among the 5 people. In the end, under everyone's strong request, it was changed to 40% for him and 15% for each of the other 4 people. Lu Feng and the others ate barbecue and sang songs all the way. More than an hour later, I saw a dilapidated city wall ahead. The teacher asked quietly and curiously, "Are the ruins of the ancient city ahead?" Just as he was talking, he heard a series of notification sounds in his mind. Discover the ancient city ruins. The special mission in the secret realm is triggered. Task 1. Close the alien portal in the ruins. 0 thirds. Here comes the mission. Lu Feng suddenly became energetic. He clearly remembered that in addition to killing monsters, the way to gain points was to reach ruins and complete tasks. Now, the task is coming. At this time, Lu Feng saw 3 waves of monsters jumping out from behind the city wall. One of the waves came straight towards them. There are at least hundreds of them. Lu Feng was about to take action when he suddenly felt something was wrong. If you take a closer look, you can see that they are all silver level 5. How could it be so weak? Just a few explosions passed by and the monsters were wiped out in an instant. Teacher Jingjing and the others were also stunned when they looked at it. They are very weak, they are all silver level 5 monsters. Lu Feng explained. Let's go in and take a look. With that said, he started the sand boat and sailed towards the city wall. Passing through the doorway in the middle of the city wall, your eyes suddenly opened up. What catches the eye is an empty square. In the center of the square, there are 3 teleportation gates several meters high. The teacher said quietly, "This should be the alien portal that is about to be closed." Ji Yula carefully observed his surroundings. He wondered, why aren't there even any monsters guarding you? Lu Feng observed the portal carefully and immediately noticed a countdown number floating above it. Judging by the numbers, there are still 18 seconds left. At this time, Zhou Bin also saw the numbers and wondered, what is this countdown for? Lu Feng muttered, "Just watch, you will know soon." A few seconds passed by in an instant. Suddenly, countless white lights appeared around the 3 portals. As the white light dissipated, each hideous and terrifying beast appeared. After the strange beasts appeared, they were immediately divided into 3 piles in an orderly manner and dispersed in 3 directions. With a thought in his mind, Lu Feng immediately drove the sand boat and hid in a corner. Afterwards, these strange beasts ran outside and quickly disappeared. Lu Feng understood immediately. Isn't this the little soldier in the canyon? He thought again of the elite monsters he had encountered when he came here, and couldn't help but feel ashamed. It turns out that I didn't take the 3rd route, that's why the geeks on the road are so strong. If you walk along normally, you should face ordinary silver level monsters. I think I'll be here by noon. Seeing the portal enter the 30-second countdown again, Lu Feng immediately drove forward at full speed. Let's go. Everyone clicks on a door and closes it quickly. Rushing to the portal, Lu Feng immediately jumped off the sand boat and clicked on the door closest to him. A green progress bar immediately appeared in front of my eyes. The portal to another world is closing. Countdown. 15 seconds. Shi Jingjing and Ji Yula also clicked on a portal respectively. As the portal closed, the mission prompt sounded again. Task 1. Close the alien portal in the ruins, 3 thirds, completed. Team Lu Feng received a reward, 1,000 points. At the same time, the secret realm once again sounded a global announcement. Team Lu Feng has closed the alien portal, and the alien beasts in the passage will no longer be refreshed. Team Lu Feng was awarded 1,000 points. Please everyone go to the ancient city ruins as soon as possible. Seeing the announcement, most students breathed a sigh of relief. They had been fighting since the morning and were already exhausted. It's just that I'm still persisting with my tenacity. Fortunately, the alien beasts no longer refresh. Phew, I'm saved. Finally I can take a break. Thank you, Master Lu Feng. I have changed my faith and will worship God Lu every day when I go back. However, not all teams are happy. At this time, Wang Chen looked depressed. It's only 1 kilometer away. Pushing another kilometer further, he could see the ruins. Unexpectedly, Lu Feng took the lead. On the other side, Luo Shishi's team could vaguely see the outline of the ancient city. With the support of 2 teams, their advance speed was greatly accelerated. But it still fell short. The classmates immediately stepped forward to comfort Luo Shishi. Luo Shishi, It's okay, there are still a few days left. Just catch up after you. Luo Shishi nodded, with no expression on her face. Secretly, her pink fists were clenched. At this time, the secret realm suddenly sounded a global announcement again. The preparation phase for the ancient city's defensive war begins. Please go to the ancient city ruins within 24 hours. Points will be awarded according to the order in which each team arrives at the ruins. If you fail to enter the ancient city ruins within the time limit, you will not be allowed to participate in the ancient city defense battle. Everyone was shocked at first. When I saw that the limited time was 24 hours, I breathed a sigh of relief. Now that the alien beasts no longer refresh, it is no longer difficult to reach the ruins within 24 hours. Even walking from the door to the ruins only takes 4 or 5 hours. Next, it's a pure speed race. Luo Shishi's team and the other two teams from Qiantang No. 1 middle school where she was from were the second batch to reach the ruins of the ancient city. As soon as I walked into the square, I smelled a strong aroma of barbecue. They immediately saw that 2 luxuriously decorated hotel tents had been set up in the center of the square. Unlike ordinary canvas tents, this hotel tent looks like a small villa. More than 20 high-strength metal frames support the top of the tent. Through the window, you can see that the room is divided into several areas. Bedroom, living room, bathroom, everything is available. There was a barbecue grill in front of the tent, and a person was skillfully grilling meat skewers. On the makeshift dining table nearby, the two of them were making fruit platters and drinks. In front of the tent, the two were setting up a fence and soon circled a piece of land. Then, 5 more beach chairs were placed in a row. Luo Shishi's face suddenly darkened. Look at this attitude. After eating the barbecue, are you still going to take a moonbath? Are you here for the college entrance examination, or are you here for enjoyment? Lu Hua, a girl from the same team with whom she had a good relationship, pointed to a person who was building a fence. Luo Shishi, he is Lu Feng. Luo Shishi said one word with a cold face, let's go. They silently distanced themselves from each other and began to set up the tent. The aroma of barbecue is really too strong, and being too close is simply torture. Their tent is a very ordinary field tent, dark green and canvas. After setting up the tent, Luo Shishi sat aside, took out the compressed biscuits and started eating them. Even though she was far away, she could still smell the scent of meat coming from Lu Feng. She originally liked the chive-flavored compressed biscuits, but now they were tasteless. Why is the gap between people so big? After finally finishing the meal, Luo Shishi got into the tent to rest. Out of sight is pure. Just fall asleep quickly. After the barbecue, Lu Feng and the other 5 took a shower, put on their pajamas, and lay down comfortably on the beach chairs. There are fruits and drinks next to everyone's lounge chairs. It is very hot in Shiyuan Secret Land during the day, but it is cool and pleasant at this time. At this time, other teams arrived at the square one after another and set up camp. When each team saw Lu Feng's ultra-luxury tent with its own courtyard, their jaws dropped. But no one came up to look for trouble. After all, Lu Feng is a ruthless person who has killed the boss in the secret realm. What is the concept of secret realm boss? Start at gold level. Moreover, gold level boss has great bonuses to its own attributes. It cannot be killed by a gold level professional, at least it must be a gold level team. In other words, Lu Feng's combat effectiveness is comparable to that of a gold level team. This is a world where strength is respected. If you are better than the people around you, maybe everyone will be competitive. They may compete with you overtly or covertly, or even try to get in trouble with you. But if you are much stronger, then only admiration will remain. Lu Feng was lying on the sofa, drinking happy fatty water leisurely. Eating watermelon that has been cut into pieces that are too big for ordinary people to eat. Suddenly he heard someone calling his name next to him. Lu Feng, Lu Feng. Lu Feng went over after hearing the sound and saw Wang Chen standing outside the fence. He waved to himself with a smile on his face. Come in. Wang Chen ran in and said with a smile. Lu Feng, I heard there is a shower in your tent. Can you lend me a shower? Lu Feng looked at him and stretched out 2 fingers. 200 points. Wang Chen jumped up immediately. You still have to pay points for taking a shower. Are you too stingy? I have to spend mana to make water to take a bath, so of course it can't be free. Besides, your team has more than 5,000 points. Do you still care about this? Wang Chen's face suddenly fell. At any rate, I treated you to dinner, so it's cheaper. Lu Feng pondered. It's not cheap, but I can give you a drink and a piece of fruit. Ah, okay. Wang Chen gritted his teeth and said. Half an hour later, Wang Chen walked out shirtless and wearing beach pants with a comfortable look on his face. Lu Feng took out a beach chair from his inventory and threw it over. Hold yourself up. Wang Chen opened the beach chair, placed it next to Lu Feng, and lay down. Phew, feel good. Ji Yula came over immediately and placed a glass of fatboy water and a piece of fruit next to him. Please enjoy. Wang Chen smiled and said, thank you. Your service here is really good. Lu Feng smiled and said, of course. I have to make your 200 points worth spending. Then if I give you another 200 points, can you transform and give me a massage? I'm going to be fierce. Get out. It's impossible even if you pay 2,000 points. After a while, Wang Chen looked around carefully and came closer. He asked in a low voice, Lu Feng, how are you going to fight tomorrow? How about we join forces? Lu Feng glanced at him. This Wang Chen really came with a purpose. It's a lie to want to take a bath, but it's true to inquire about the situation. As for the cooperation he mentioned, it would be too difficult to implement with so many teams. Moreover, it is easy to expose one's trump card. Pretending to ponder for a while, he said. But I don't have a clue yet. Do you have any plan? That's right, me too. Wang Chen smiled. Lu Feng smiled slightly. It is estimated that Wang Chen must be scolding himself as an old fox at this moment. But it's okay, each other. As the night progresses, the temperature gradually drops. Lu Feng drove Wang Chen away and asked everyone to put away the beach chairs and sleep. Although the location of their tent was the safest, Lu Feng still arranged a vigil. Change every hour and a half. Shi Jingjing was first, and he was third. At this time, most people had gone to bed, and a few people were on guard outside. The ruins fell into a deathly silence. At this time, there are still 16 hours before the defensive war in the ancient city begins. It's daybreak, Christmas Eve. Lu Feng yawned and walked out of the hotel, oh no, out of the tent. Shi Jingjing and the four of them have almost finished breakfast and are setting the table. Ah, why didn't you call me? The teacher smiled quietly and said, I see you sleep like a pig, so I don't have the nerve to call you. Lu Feng. After washing up quickly, I sat down at the dining table. Breakfast was very rich. Toasted slices of bread, sandwiched with bacon and eggs. There is also a piece of golden and crispy fried pork cutlet, plus a glass of juice. Bacon and pork chops are made from exotic ingredients. After finishing breakfast, the four of them looked at Lu Feng. Lu Feng, what are your plans for today? The teacher asked quietly. Well, the sun is quite bright today, put up your parasol and let's play Three Kingdoms. Four people. Ji Yula hesitated. But the war is about to start in the afternoon, don't we need to prepare? No, I'm ready, Lu Feng said with confidence. Kill. Flash. Kill again. You committed a foul. In the tent, such sounds came from time to time. The students around me were very speechless. There's going to be a big battle in the afternoon. You didn't get a good rest, and you started playing board games. When Lu Feng and the others were killing, many teams had already moved. They dismantled their tents one after another and moved towards the city wall to seize various favorable terrains. After all, in a city defense battle, occupying a good position is very important. If you are squeezed in the back and can't even see the monster, how can you output? Wang Chen took the lead in riding the crystal dragon and occupied an arrow tower on the inside of the city wall. It doesn't matter to him, after all, the crystal dragon can hover in the air and breathe. He mainly grabs it for the long-range profession in his team. Standing on the tower, the mages and archers in his team can output comfortably. Step on the clouds. Luo Shishi held her precious umbrella, and a series of afterimages flashed across the air. In an instant, he was standing on the top of the city wall. Standing here, you have a wide view and can see the entire battlefield. And the distance is moderate. Standing here, long-range professions can attack to a range of tens of meters in front of the city wall. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Figures passed through the air and landed on various locations on the city wall. In order to compete for a good position, conflicts arise between students from time to time. From time to time, someone was beaten until his nose was black and his eyes were swollen, and he gave up his position angrily. As long as there are no serious injuries, the teachers will not interfere. As the morning passed, nearly half of the students were standing on the city wall. In addition, more than half of the students could only stand on the ground, looking at the wall and sighing. After noon, there were gradually more people in the command center. As soon as Dong Wei arrived, he zoomed in to see what Lu Feng was doing. Then I saw Lu Feng getting up. Look at me, Zhu Lianu. Kill, 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 Lu Feng's voice echoed in the command center. The corners of Dong Hui's mouth twitched violently. Zhao Lin joked. Don't be so nervous, old Dong. Anyway, the battle to defend the city hasn't started yet. Dong Wei ignored him and immediately changed the picture of several other students. Wang Chen, Luo Shishi and several students with S-level talents are already on the city wall. His face suddenly sank. He doesn't have a flying mount like Wang Chen, so he must occupy a favorable terrain. Now the city wall is full of people, what should we do? Charon sighed. Young and energetic, it wouldn't be a bad thing to let him suffer a little. Shang Ke closed his eyes to rest and did not participate in their discussion at all. Several other teachers were silent. They always feel that the situation in front of them is a bit strange. Lu Feng should not be such a casual person. Time flew by and the countdown soon came to an end. Lu Feng's tent was the only one left in the ancient city square. Other students gathered at the city wall. As the time approached, many people turned to check the situation of Lu Feng's team. But what they saw was the closed door of the hotel tent. Hold the grass. Is Lu Shen really messed up this time? But with such high points, he can still be ranked in the top 10 even if he doesn't participate in the city defense battle, right? That's true. I have a high starting point. At this time, a global announcement sounded in the secret realm. The ancient city's defensive war begins. At the same time, each student received a task. Task 2. Defeat the attacks of the alien beasts. Task 3. Kill the alien boss. 0/3. Tip. Killing alien beasts or alien beast boss in the city defense battle will receive point rewards. Kill rewards do not conflict with mission rewards. Everyone couldn't help but be stunned when they saw the mission content. Why are there only tasks 2 and 3? What about task 1? Eaten by the system. They didn't know that the mission had been completed by Lu Feng and the others early in the morning. Boom. Just when they were confused, the ground of the entire secret realm shook violently. The students saw that at the end of the desert in the distance, dust was rising all over the sky. Countless silver-level beasts are coming like a tidal wave. At this time, the atmosphere in the command center was extremely solemn. Shang Ke said in a deep voice, "Every unit, be prepared. Once a student is in danger, don't hesitate to help immediately." The teachers looked at the pictures of the students they were paying attention to without blinking. Finally, the most dangerous time has come. This time the college entrance examination included the form of city defense warfare for the first time. A city defense battle, especially a city defense battle without a well-established defense system, will be very brutal. Because the enemy is tens of thousands of ferocious beasts, and if you are not careful, you will be torn into pieces without even a chance to repair. This time, they arranged a total of 3 waves of attacks by strange beasts. The first wave, 10,000 heads. The second wave, 30,000 heads. The third wave, a full 100,000 heads. The number of students taking the college entrance examination is just over 3,000. That is, in the third wave of alien beast attacks, the students will face enemies 30 times their size. And this arrangement did not come out of nowhere. Rather, it is based on the disaster of alien beasts that occurred in the dungeon of the realm of Fantasy Sand 100 years ago. In that disaster of alien beasts, the garrison city outside the dungeon's portal was trampled by alien beasts, and all 10,000 defenders were wiped out. The ruins of the ancient city this time adopt the style of that garrison city. Of course, the corresponding level of beasts was also selected based on the number of students. But it's still a dangerous endeavor. However, all this is out of necessity. The situation in the dungeons in Yanlong Kingdom is very bad, and alien beasts have broken through the defense lines many times. The country needs universities to cultivate talents suitable for combat as soon as possible. It's not just a person with an artificially high level and low combat ability. Shang Ke looked at the big screen and took a deep breath. I hope you all can return safely. The alien beasts rolling in like a torrent quickly entered the shooting range. Countless magic arrays immediately lit up on the city wall. Snowstorm, firestorm, thunder shock, rain of arrows, streams of brilliant magic and sharp arrows fell like raindrops towards the alien beasts. In an instant, fire exploded and dust filled the sky. The ferocious firepower network curbed the progress of the alien beasts. Large pieces of corpses lay across the battlefield, blocking the route of the following alien beasts. They jostle each other and the formation quickly becomes chaotic. Wang Chen rode the crystal dragon, rushed up in the chaos, and breathed hard at the beasts. Sharp crystal cones shot out and penetrated the bodies of countless strange beasts. Hit them hard. Don't let them get close to the wall. Pay attention to rotation. Replenish blue in time. There are a few strange beasts attacking the city wall on the right. Come for reinforcements. It's been eliminated, don't worry. The students shouted one after another. Although it looked a little chaotic, on the whole it was still defensive. Roar. Just when everyone thought this round of attack was basically over, a low and distant roar suddenly sounded in the distance. The powerful pressure brought by this voice made the students panic. Some students even retreated in their hearts. After all, getting into higher education is a small thing, but life is a big thing. Then everyone saw a group of iron-horned demonic rhinoceros, as strong as small tanks, rushed over. Following behind them was the Yunsha demon leopard, who was strong and skilled in assassination. Compared with the first wave of alien beasts, this time they suddenly became much stronger. Obviously, the first wave was just cannon fodder sent to consume the students' energy. Starting now is the real siege force. Iron-horned demon rhino has more HP and higher defense, and its magic resistance is not weak either. The students' attacks only slightly broke the skin, but they couldn't stop them from rushing towards the city wall. At this time, standing under the city wall was a long row of shield warriors. They are the last line of defense to protect the city wall from damage. Looking at the iron-horned demon rhinoceros, which was more than 2 meters tall and weighed nearly 10 tons, the shield warriors grabbed their shields tightly and rushed forward with gritted teeth. Bang, bang, almost without any suspense, all the shield warriors were knocked away and their bodies hit the city wall heavily. The teachers acted quickly and saved them all. But the iron-horned demon rhinoceros only paused for a moment before rushing towards the city wall again. Boom, boom. The originally weak city wall suddenly became crumbling under the violent impact. Attack quickly. Don't let them hit the city wall again. We have tried our best. But their defense is too high. Yun Yang Ju. The gray-white air blade suddenly appeared like a tide. Instantly kill the 7 or 8 iron-horned demonic rhinoceros rushing in front. It's Luo Shishi. Goddess Shishi, come on. Luo Shishi stood under the city wall holding an umbrella and immediately drank a bottle of mana potion. Ouch! When the nearby iron-horned demon rhinoceros saw their companions being killed, their eyes suddenly turned red and they all attacked Luo Shishi. Luo Shishi's figure moved quickly, and several more wind blades flew out. Several more iron-horned demonic rhinoceros were dismembered and their blood flowed into rivers. At this time, Luo Shishi's warning sign, which was suspended in midair using body skills, suddenly appeared. She immediately pressed down the umbrella handle to protect her back. Bang! A violent attack instantly hit the umbrella. 2 of the extremely tough hardened steel umbrella ribs were immediately broken. Puff! The huge force was transmitted to Luo Shishi through the umbrella handle. Her throat felt sweet, and she immediately spat out a mouthful of blood and fell heavily to the ground. Only then did she see clearly that it was a Yunsha demonic leopard that attacked her. The characteristics of Yunsha demonic leopard are in sharp contrast to iron-horned demonic rhinoceros. The blood defense is not great, but the attack and agility are super high. He also has the ability to hide his figure and is very good at surprise attacks and assassinations. No, the goddess was attacked. Oops, Luo Shishi is in danger. Seeing the iron-horned demonic rhinoceros surrounding them, the teacher who had been hiding beside Luo Shishi sighed, and was about to save him when a beautiful figure suddenly appeared next to him. Nua, wearing a blue dress, stood on a silver moon, like a goddess descending. As the water sleeves danced lightly, green jade fingers connected. Countless tiny golden light spots spread out from the fingertips immediately. Create. In an instant, 8 golden matrices emerged, protecting Luo Shishi in the middle. Destroy. As his body quickly turned half a circle, more than a dozen frightening and dazzling triangles immediately spread out in a fan shape. Boom, boom, boom. As these triangles quickly grew in size, violent explosions suddenly sounded within a few dozen meters in front of Lu Feng. Under the strangulation of the dazzling golden light, whether it was the iron-horned demonic rhino or the cloud-sand demonic leopard, each one was covered in blood and was killed in an instant. After confirming that the city wall was temporarily safe, Lu Feng grabbed Luo Shishi's arm. With a jump, he and Luo Shishi disappeared instantly. Then he appeared on the top of the heavy building. Put her down and her figure disappears immediately. A series of actions happened in an instant. By the time everyone reacted, Lu Feng had already floated away. Wow, this is what Lu Feng looks like when he transforms. This figure is too good. It's all legs from the neck down. So beautiful. She is even more beautiful than Goddess Luo. Yes, that kind of scornful look in his eyes is so charming. Luo Shishi's teammates immediately gathered around. I'm here to help you heal. Luo Shishi, are you okay? Luo Shishi recalled the scene where Lu Feng appeared in front of her just now, and her lips trembled slightly. Thinking that such a stunning woman is actually a man. I had been in close contact with him just now, and I suddenly got goosebumps all over my body. He twitched his eyes, paused for a long time, and then spat out 2 words, "It's okay." Command Center. Fortunately, Luo Shishi was saved by Lu Feng. Zhao Yu from Qiantang University patted his chest and let out a long sigh of relief. Dong Wei took a deep breath. Lu Feng, you finally took action. This tone is like saying that the big boss behind the scenes has finally appeared. He is preparing to end the battle. Other teachers immediately made very consistent moves. Bring up Lu Feng's picture and enlarge it. They all want to see what Lu Feng will do next. Immediately, everyone discovered that the screen was stuck. The teachers suddenly became irritable. Hey, at this critical moment, are you giving me network delay? I'm reading the article wonderfully. Can you give me a, to be continued? Where are the technicians? What have they been doing? This is a serious dereliction of duty. I want to complain. Sheng Ke suddenly interrupted them. Okay, shut up, everyone. There is no problem with the network. It was caused by Lu Feng's long-distance teleportation at that moment. Because the distance is too long, the drone's lens will not respond when switching. It should be fine in a few seconds. Stay calm. The teachers naturally believed what Mr. Sheng said. After hearing this, they were a little confused. What the hell? Long-distance teleportation. It seems that when you reach the warrior level, you can only teleport short distances, right? Lu Feng is only at the gold level. Has he surpassed the general? Come out, come out. After dozens of seconds, someone shouted out first. The teachers immediately looked at the screen. Immediately, everyone opened their mouths. They saw hundreds of iron-horned demonic rhinoceros standing not far in front of Lu Feng. And behind them is the iron-horned demon Rhino King. With a body like a hill, bursts of powerful energy fluctuations erupted. Is Lu Feng going straight to Wonglong? But, how did he find it so quickly? That's not the main problem now, right? Is he going to challenge so many iron-horned demon rhinos plus iron-horned demon Rhino King? Iron-horned demon Rhino King is a 10th level golden boss. Should we use roundabout tactics to consume him? Otherwise, if so many strange beasts come together, he will be consumed to death. While everyone was chatting, they heard the roar of the boss coming from the screen. Roar. Iron-horned demon rhinoceros, as if hearing the horn of charge, all of their eyes turned red. Quickly divided into several groups and formed a neat array. He lowered his head and ran towards Lu Feng from several directions. The corners of Lu Feng's mouth raised slightly. The discipline is quite strong. It's a pity that we already have enough food for the exotic beasts. I don't need yours anymore. So, just deal with the biggest one. Lu Feng said and immediately activated transformation. His figure suddenly disappeared. The next moment, it appeared on the back of Iron-Horned Demon Rhino King. Create. Dense golden cubes immediately appeared around the huge body of Iron-Horned Demon Rhino King. After Lu Feng advanced to the gold level, the effects of Dimension King and Summoning Divine Contract were further enhanced. So now, with more than 10 legal hero templates, his mana value has reached an astonishing level. He just created 100 matrices in one breath, and his mana only dropped by 30%. Roar. Feeling the terrifying energy contained in the surrounding golden cubes, Iron-Horned Demon Rhino King was immediately frightened, howling and trying to escape. Of course Lu Feng can't make it happen. Ice Domain. Solid Frost immediately climbed onto the 4 giant legs of Iron-Horned Demon Rhino King, freezing it firmly in place. Immediately, all matrices exploded. The golden light in the sky suddenly engulfed the Iron-Horned Demon Rhino King. A series of horrific injury figures shot out. The scene everyone saw immediately turned into a dazzling golden color. After a few seconds, the screen gradually returned to normal. What came into view was the Iron-Horned Demon Rhino King covered in blood. The power of that blow just now was almost as powerful as a nuclear bomb. Oh my god, the boss is not dead yet. This defense is too terrifying. After all, he is the 10th level golden boss. The boss will fight tooth and nail before he dies. Lu Feng, be careful. Just when everyone thought the boss was not alive. Ouch. With a sad and weak roar, Iron-Horned Demon Rhino King crashed to the ground. The command center suddenly fell silent. They still underestimated Lu Feng. Even the 10th level golden boss, even the Iron-Horned Demon Rhino King, who is known for his high health and high defense, was still killed by Lu Feng in one move. When the huge body of Iron-Horned Demon Rhino King fell down, the surrounding Iron-Horned Demon Rhino were stunned. A few seconds later, he ran away in a panic and ran around. As the level increases, the intelligence of the alien beasts also becomes higher and higher. At this time, these Iron-Horned Demon Rhinoceros realized. People who can easily kill even the king are obviously not something they can deal with. Before he catches up, running away quickly is the right choice. At this time, the entire secret realm sounded an ethereal sound. The boss, Iron-Horned Demon Rhino King, has been killed by Lu Feng. All friendly targets in the secret realm receive the City Defender Elite buff. In an instant, a silver shield symbol appeared above the heads of all the students on the city wall. City Defender Elite, all attributes plus 50%, damage to strange beasts increased by 50%. The students who were very tired from the continuous fighting suddenly felt that their bodies were full of strength again. A powerful volley of spells immediately wiped out all the alien beasts that were bombarding the city wall. The originally crumbling city wall was finally able to be defended. Lu Feng killed another boss. It was like killing a chicken. This buff is so timely. Otherwise our city wall will be in danger. With Lu Shen here, we will win. At this time, they saw the Iron-Horned Demon Rhinos that were running rampant on the battlefield, and each one suddenly became confused. Soon, they all turned around and tried to escape from the battlefield. At this time, there are 3 main types of alien beasts on the battlefield. Iron-Horned Demonic Rhinoceros, Cloud Sand Demonic Leopard, and the newly added Air-Splitting Demonic Vulture that attack from the air. Their average level has reached gold level. Following the Iron-Horned Demon Rhino King, the Iron-Horned Demon Rhino army was leaderless and fled in all directions, immediately smashing the formation of the alien beast army into pieces. Most of the small alien beasts on the ground that were used as cannon fodder were all high-level silver-level beasts. They could not withstand the trampling and crushing of the Iron-Horned Demonic Rhinoceros, like heavy tanks, and screams of misery could be heard everywhere for a while. Countless strange beasts were trampled to death and crushed to death by the Iron-Horned Demonic Rhinoceros that fell into chaos. The chaotic situation on the ground battlefield greatly reduced the pressure on the students who were originally struggling to protect the city wall. Without the threat of the city wall collapsing, they could finally free up their hands and concentrate on dealing with those annoying sky-splitting demonic vultures in the sky. These sky-splitting demonic vultures circled back and forth overhead, releasing wind magic from time to time. Many students were caught off guard and injured. These injured students basically have no chance of getting into prestigious universities because of their lack of ability. Explosive Arrow. Thunder Wave Sword. Chain lightning. For a time, countless colorful spells exploded in the sky. The dusky sky approaching evening was suddenly illuminated as brightly as daylight. The vulture of the sky, as a wind beast, an agile mage type, and is relatively weak in terms of physique. Under a wave of fire from the students, there were heavy casualties immediately. Hundreds of vultures from the sky turned into burning fireballs and plummeted into the ground. Just as the students were cheering, another global announcement sounded. The boss, Yunsha Demon Leopard King, has been killed by Lu Feng. All friendly targets in the secret realm receive the Defending Hero buff. At this time, a golden shield symbol appeared above all the students. City Defender Hero, all attributes plus 100%, damage to strange beasts increased by 100%. Moreover, the buff effects of City Defender Hero and City Defender Elite are superimposed. After 2 rounds of buff, all attributes of all students suddenly tripled. The damage effect against alien beasts has also been tripled. At the same time, the people on the ground also started to run away. Seeing this, the students jumped off the city wall one after another and chased after him. At this time, hundreds of monsters in front of them just ran away and had no idea of resistance. These are all points, and you get points for free. At this time, the alien beasts fled one after another, but even if they escaped, they could not escape far. With 2 buffs, the students' all attributes have reached 300%. 3 times the agility bonus makes them all move like flying. It's a completely one-sided killing spree. The competition among the alien beasts on the ground is too fierce. There are also many long-range professions that are eyeing the sky-splitting demonic vulture in the sky. Every eye shows greed and grabbing. As more and more attacks fell on them, the sky-splitting demonic vultures panicked. What's going on with these humans? The one who was clearly beaten by us just now suddenly became more powerful. Watch me beat you with my wind blade. Just scratch the skin. That's okay. Boss, help. Sky-splitting demonic vultures kept being shot down. The remaining splitting sky demon whined and fled quickly with confusion in their hearts. At this time, their boss, the sky-splitting demonic eagle king, who was high in the sky behind them, was already too busy taking care of himself. The vulture king, which is nearly 30 meters long and has wings spread out to a full 50 meters, is about to collapse with blood splattering all over its body. It couldn't figure out where the human who was about to chop it to death came from. It was walking leisurely in the air just now, casually commanding its men to attack the tiny humans on the city wall. Suddenly, this person appeared in his body. Moreover, no matter how much I turn around, I can't get rid of him. Like a piece of dog skin plaster. At this time, Lu Feng was firmly stepping on the back of the vulture king just like a chef chopping vegetables, holding a heavy sword and chopping hard. Swift strike. Blade. The sky-splitting demon vulture king, the wounds on his back are so deep that the bones are visible, dripping with blood, and shocking. Wait a moment. Stop. At this time, 2 voices suddenly sounded not far away. Lu Feng heard about the reputation. Then he saw Wang Chen standing on the crystal dragon, speeding towards him. Not far from him, Luo Shishi came through the air holding a precious umbrella. Her exquisite figure dragged out a series of afterimages in the air. What are you doing? You want to help me out? Both of them were stunned. Assist. What it is? Wang Chen came back to his senses and said quickly, Lu Feng, oh no, Lu Shen, you already have a lot of points, give this boss to me. I will pay 100,000 crystal stones. If you didn't tell me earlier, I would have made less than 100,000 crystal stones. Lu Feng shook his head and sighed. Wang Chen and Luo Shishi looked at the sky-splitting demon vulture king at his feet. Only then did I notice that its pupils were dim. Apparently dead. As the sky-breaking demonic eagle king fell to the ground, another global announcement sounded. The boss, Vulture King, has been killed by Lu Feng. Conservative battle in the ancient city, mission accomplished. At the same time, Lu Feng also received a reminder that the task was completed. Complete Task 2 and get 5,000 bonus points. Complete Task 3 and get 9,000 bonus points. Phew, it's finally over. Lu Feng swung his heavy sword, but with ease, he dug out the crystal core of the sky-splitting demon vulture king very skillfully. Then, pick up the equipment materials on the ground. He raised his head and saw Luo Shishi. "Huh, is your umbrella repaired?" He remembered that when he rescued her earlier, several of her umbrella ribs seemed to be broken. Luo Shishi replied expressionlessly, "New." After a pause, he bowed slightly to Lu Feng, "Thank you." Lu Feng. This goddess Luo didn't seem to want to talk to her. "Do you have any opinions about yourself?" He immediately stopped talking and turned around and walked towards the ruins. Wang Chen looked at Luo Shishi and breathed a sigh of relief. "Fortunately, you didn't get it either. In this case, I am still second." "Ha ha." Wang Chen said and left on the crystal dragon. Luo Shishi glanced around. Seeing no one around, he frowned slightly, his eyes were cold, and he snorted coldly. He held up his umbrella, used Piaomiaoju, and left. Lu Feng returned to the ruins of the ancient city and saw Shi Jingjing and the others waiting for him in front of the city wall. Lu Feng walked up and handed the main crystal core and a bunch of equipment materials to Shi Jingjing. He smiled and said, "Okay, we are number one." The teacher looked at Lu Feng quietly and smiled. "Yes, we are number one." Secretly said, "In my heart, you will always be number one." Ji Yula, Zhou Bin, and Fan Qi bowed deeply to Lu Feng together. "Classmate Lu Feng, thank you very much." What they won was first place as a team. Not only will there be team rewards, but there will also be bonuses to individuals' final college entrance examination scores. Individual results will be determined based on each person's performance. One thing is for sure. Based on their team's first place result, each team member will choose their favorite college. Ji Yula couldn't help but burst into tears. Shi Jingjing quickly took out a tissue to wipe her tears. "Shouldn't you be happy if you come first? Why are you crying?" "I just want to cry with joy." Lu Feng smiled and said, "You don't need to thank me, we are a team and everyone played their role." Ji Yula, the fruit platter you made is very beautiful, and the drinks you made are also delicious. Zhou Bin did most of the physical work, and I learned the method of finding spiritual cores from him. It goes without saying about Fan Qi's cooking skills. Master Jingjing, pets are very useful. Everyone listened and burst out laughing. The teacher quietly put his hands on his hips, pouted, and glared angrily. "Lu Feng, what do you mean? Are you saying I'm useless?" "Useful, useful," Lu Feng said quickly. "When I was here, you were the pistachio in the team. When I'm not around, you are the backbone and patron saint of the team." At first glance, he has high emotional intelligence. "Okay, let's go out." At this time, the portal has been opened in the center of the ancient city ruins for students to leave. After passing through the portal, you can see a small town not far away. They are back. At this time, other students also teleported out. As soon as Lu Feng appeared, he was immediately recognized by them. Bang bang bang. Suddenly, someone clapped. This applause is like a pebble thrown into a pool of water. The entire pool water was stirred in an instant. Then, everyone applauded together. "Thanks to Lu Feng, we were able to hold on." Lu Shen, now I know that the summoner turned out to be Zhou Bao. "Thank you, boss, for helping me improve my score." When Luo Shishi was in danger and the city wall was in danger, luckily Lu Feng appeared and saved the day. When everyone was exhausted and the defense line was in danger, Lu Feng's buff from killing the leader was restored in time. In the end, it was Lu Feng who killed all 3 alien beast leaders, ending the entire battle. Originally, they didn't have much confidence in being able to defend against the surging tide of alien beasts. Even his own life safety cannot be guaranteed. But Lu Feng almost single-handedly turned the tide of the battle and led them to victory. In a sense, Lu Feng helped everyone who persisted to the end get 5,000 points, which raised everyone's score abruptly. Although the score will be adjusted according to the area, it will always be within a certain range. These points can give everyone a certain advantage in the competition with candidates from other districts. So at this time, everyone's face was filled with a happy smile. Wang Chen came up and hugged Lu Feng's neck. He said with a playful smile, "Boss Lu, I have already followed you." Lu Feng glanced at him. "Are you sure we are from the same school? Anyway, whatever you repay, I will repay. With your few points, people may not accept you." "Wang Chen, who are you looking down on? After all, my team is the second best in the East region." Principals and teachers from various schools came over one after another to take away their students. Soon, Principal Luo and several head teachers also came. Students from Donghai No. 2 Middle School, come and gather. The monitors of each class should check if all the students in their class are here. Don't keep them in the secret realm. Principal Luo said, waving towards Lu Feng. Classmate Lu Feng, come here. Pulling Lu Feng aside, Principal Luo smiled and patted his shoulder. Lu Feng, I really didn't make a mistake. You really did it. Lu Feng scratched his head. Is it okay? The competition is quite fierce, and there are not many leaders. Principal Luo's mouth twitched. It is more than 20,000 points ahead of the second-place team. Isn't that a lot? Why didn't you say anything and you were almost overtaken? You come with me, Bada. The school's admissions teacher wants to meet you. Lu Feng raised his eyebrows. 8 major universities. That is the 8 top universities in Yanlong Kingdom. Tito University, Aoki University, Mudu University, Jinling University, Qiantang University, Mobe University, Shen's University, Sichuan University. Almost all the top experts in Yanlong Kingdom come from these 8 schools. Known as the Cradle of Kings. But our exam has just ended. Didn't they arrive too soon? Lu Feng didn't know that these teachers had already been here. Moreover, I stared at myself for a long time. They are the teachers in charge of admissions in the East District. They arrived at the same time as us and have been observing the students' situation at the College Entrance Examination Command Center. You are now their number 1 target. Principal Luo explained. By the way, do you have a favorite school? Hearing this, Lu Feng frowned and pondered. His goal, of course, is to enter one of the 8 major universities. However, he didn't know much about these schools, and it was difficult to decide at the moment. Does the principal have any suggestions? Principal Luo pondered. I will briefly tell you the characteristics of the 8th school for your reference. First of all, there are our 3 universities in the East District, Magic University, JJTU, and Qian University. 0.0. The specialty is having money. Strong financial resources and sufficient training resources can help you quickly improve your level. The Imperial University and Qingdao University in the North District were the first to establish schools and have a profound foundation. There, you have a chance to get powerful treasures. Moda in the West District is located in a remote location, but it has rich secret resources and is suitable for people who like constant challenges. Shenzhen University in the Southern District has risen rapidly in recent years and is an upstart among the 8 universities. Sichuan University is home to outstanding people and is surrounded by many ancient ruins. Quote. Lu Feng nodded after listening. I understand, thank you Principal Luo for your guidance. Principal Luo smiled and said, I won't say much else. You can decide by yourself when the time comes. As the principal, he would not take the initiative to suggest anything. The 2 of them walked and chatted, and soon arrived at the conference room of the College Entrance Examination Temporary Command Center. As soon as Lu Feng walked in, he felt more than a dozen eyes focused on him. Shang Ke took the lead to greet him and stretched out his hand. Hello, Lu Feng. I am the person in charge of the Eastern District College Entrance Examination, Miao Ke. The teachers' faces were calm, but secretly they were shaken. All the admissions teachers are smart people, and they all have some clues. Logically speaking, such meetings are directly cancelled by the principal and admissions teacher of the school where the student is located. As the person in charge of the college entrance examination and a warrior-level warrior, Mr. Sheng usually does not show his face. At this time, he not only appeared here, but also shook hands with Lu Feng cordially. This attitude is very unusual. It can be seen that Mr. Sheng is also very optimistic about Lu Feng. That's why I took the initiative to get close to him and become familiar with him. Lu Feng immediately stretched out his hand and shook it. Hello, Teacher Sheng. This old Sheng looks kind but gives him an extremely dangerous feeling. He must be at least a warrior-level warrior. Shang Ke immediately asked Lu Feng to sit down next to him. Principal Luo stood behind Lu Feng, like his assistant. Let me introduce to you. The people sitting here now are all the admissions directors of the Eastern District of the 8 major universities. Shang Ke extended his hand and introduced. This is Teacher Dong from Modu University, and it was he who proposed special protection for you. Lu Feng stood up quickly. Thank you, Teacher Dong. Classmate Lu Feng is very polite. Just sit down and talk, no need to stand up. Who is this? Shang Ke then introduced the admissions teachers from the 8 major universities in turn. Hello, teachers, Lu Feng said respectfully. Shang Ke then looked at them with a smile. Okay. It's your turn, let's talk about it. Charon smiled and said. Then let me start. Classmate Lu Feng, our Mobe University is the best institution in the West. As long as you are willing to come, you can immediately receive a reward of 1 million crystal stones. In addition, you can get a gold level training resource. According to your current level, you should be able to cultivate to the 5th level of gold. Zhang Hong, our Imperial University rewards 1,500,000 crystal stones and 2 gold level resources. Luo Min, on the basis of Tito University, our Aoki University has added a gold level defensive accessory. Then, the admissions teachers put forward their own conditions one after another. Finally, it was the turn of Shanghai University of Finance and Economics. Dong Wei looked at Lu Feng and said with a smile, Classmate Lu Feng, our Modu University has nothing but plenty of money and abundant cultivation resources. Lu Feng was speechless for a while. Chapter 71. Principal Luo is absolutely right. Modu University is rich. What we give you is 2 million crystal stones and unlimited gold level training resources until you reach the combat master level. What do you think? Lu Feng compared it, and it was obvious that Shanghai University of Finance and Economics gave the most. And it's in the same East District as Donghai City, so it's not far away. Just as he was about to agree, Zhang Hong slapped the table. Our Imperial University has the same conditions. Zhao Yu snorted softly. Fighting for wealth, right. Our Qiantang University has provided 3 million crystal stones, which means the same cultivation resources. Other teachers took out their mobile phones one after another and seemed to be sending messages. Everyone is ready to move. Lu Feng immediately closed his mouth. I really like the feeling of this kind of auction. I didn't say anything, I just watched your performance quietly. Lift harder, lift harder. Dong Wei was extremely depressed. He had known for a long time that other schools were going to cause trouble. I just didn't expect them to be so determined. If this continues, it will be a bottomless pit. But it's impossible not to praise him. Lu Feng is the person the principal clearly wants. Baby is suffering. After struggling for a long time, Dong Wei was about to raise the price again. Boom. At this time, the door of the conference room was suddenly pushed open with force. Everyone immediately turned their heads to see who made such a big noise. Then he saw a beautiful woman walking in. Wearing a light pink elegant dress, her hair was tied up with a simple hairpin. He has an oval face, delicate features, and looks to be in his 30s. The moment he saw her, Lu Feng's eyes narrowed. This woman actually gave me a creepy feeling. This feeling is stronger than what I felt from Mr. Shang. Who is she? Just as he was thinking about it, he saw Dong Wei stand up. He said respectfully, Principal Mu, you are here. Shang Ke immediately stood up. He smiled and said, Principal Mu, why did you come all the way here in person? The woman hummed softly, if I don't come, my people will be snatched away by others. As he spoke, he glanced around. The admissions teachers of the other 7 colleges and universities suddenly felt as if they were being targeted by wild beasts. Everyone was as silent as a cicada, breaking out in cold sweat. These admissions teachers are all gold level and are completely defenseless against Mu Qingying's pressure. Shang Ke smiled bitterly and quickly smoothed things over. Principal Mu, they are just joking, no one would dare to snatch the students you want. Huh, that's good. Mu Qingying calmed down her momentum. Looking at Lu Feng, he suddenly smiled. Hello, classmate Lu Feng. I am Mu Qingying, the president of Shanghai University, welcome you to join me. As he said that, he stretched out his hand towards him. Lu Feng felt ashamed. When did I say I wanted to join? You are buying and selling by force. I haven't seen other schools offering higher prices. But seeing how she suppressed all other schools with her appearance, my thin arms cannot hold up my thighs. Lu Feng, who was very knowledgeable about current affairs, immediately reached out and shook his hand enthusiastically. There was a look of gratitude on his face. Thank you so much, Principal Mu. Mu Qingying's smile was as bright as a flower. Not bad, not bad, he is handsome and has a sweet mouth. Lu Fang's mouth twitched slightly. What about college entrance examination results? It turns out this is not important at all. Mu Qingying immediately said, of course I can't let you suffer. Someone just offered 3 million crystal stones, right? We at Magic University will give the same. In addition, on this basis, I will add another one. While you are in school, Lu Feng, you can enter any secret place within the Eastern District as many times as you like. When everyone heard this, they couldn't help but gasp. Secret realms are an important way to obtain resources, and competition for places has always been fierce. Every few years, students will be redistributed based on the rankings of major institutions. Within the school, secret realm places are also allocated based on student rankings. Even the top-ranked student cannot enter the secret realm a few times a year. Mu Qingying proposed this point, its value can no longer be measured by money. When Lu Feng heard this, he felt happy. This beautiful principal is still on the road. I wrongly blamed her, he immediately said respectfully. Thank you, Principal Mu. Mu Qingying waved her hand. You're welcome. You deserve this. I hope you will continue to work hard and not let down the school's cultivation. I see. Lu Feng immediately expressed his apology to the admissions teachers at other schools. Teachers, I'm sorry. The teachers all expressed their understanding. The conditions proposed by Mu Qingying indeed exceeded their upper limit. It makes sense for Lu Feng to choose Modu University. Of course, if their principal takes action, there is a chance. But it's not necessary. After all, there are many other excellent talents who do not need to hang from a tree. After congratulating Principal Shang Mu and Dong Wei, the teachers left one after another. Mu Qingying immediately went through the relevant procedures with Lu Feng. After completing these procedures, he does not need to fill in the application form or anything else. Just wait at home to receive the admission notice. After everything was settled, Principal Luo took Lu Feng out with a smile. Principal, what kind of strength does Principal Mu have? Walking on the road, Lu Feng couldn't help but ask. Principal Lin is a big shot, a warrior at the level of a battle emperor. Quote. Lu Feng was a little distracted for a while. From the gold level up, there are the Warrior Master, Warrior General, and Warrior Emperor classes in order. In other words, Principal Mu is 3 levels higher than me. He didn't expect that a university president could be so powerful. I couldn't help but wonder, are all university presidents so powerful? Principal Luo nodded. The principals of the 8 major universities are all at the level of War Emperor, and the other universities are at least at the level of War General. As for the teachers in the school, apart from being civil servants, they are at least at the combat division level. After a pause, he explained, universities are an important strategic force in the country, and the main defenders of many secret realms are dungeon entrances or teachers or senior officials in universities. If you're not strong enough, you can't suppress it at all. Lu Feng listened and nodded repeatedly. After all, Donghai City is only a quasi-first-tier city, and it still cannot compare with super-large cities like Magic City. At the combat division level, he can already walk sideways in the East China Sea. In the Magic City, it is very common. Lu Feng can't help but be full of expectations for the upcoming college life that will be completely different from his previous life. Since it was getting late, the school arranged for the students to stay in a hotel for one night. Early the next morning, everyone finished breakfast, packed their things and went downstairs. While waiting for the bus at the door, Lu Feng received a gift from Ji Yula. What Ji Yula gave was a piece of mutton fat white jade. Ji Yuli's face turned red, and he said shyly, "Classmate Lu Feng, thank you for leading us in this college entrance examination. Getting the first place in the college entrance examination is something I never dreamed of. This is the amulet I asked for before. I hope you don't dislike it. Quote. There's no need for gifts, right? No, it must be." Lu Feng couldn't refuse, so he had to accept. Then, Zhou Bin and Pao Qi also sent thank you gifts. What Zhou Bin gave was a shopping card. With the card, he can go to his father's new exotic meat chain store and get all the products at his disposal. What Fan Qi gave as a gift was the top VIP card for their restaurant. Eating at his 3-star restaurant is free forever. Lu Feng, He is going to go to school in a magical city, so he won't need these things. But my parents and sister are in luck. Last night, I learned that Lu Feng was admitted to Shanghai University of Science and Technology in advance. Teacher Jingjing and Ji Yula immediately expressed their intention to apply to Shanghai University of Finance and Economics. Lu Feng thinks this is good. Many friends lead to many paths, and it is always good to have more friends around you. Soon, the school bus arrived. Their team immediately disbanded and boarded their respective class buses. At noon, the bus returned to Donghai City. At this time, there were already many parents waiting at the school gate, looking forward to it. There is no reason for them not to worry. After all, the college entrance examination in these worlds is not about doing questions, but about fighting with real swords and guns. Every year during the college entrance examination, some students die unfortunately. The bus stopped and the students filed out. Parents immediately rushed forward. Son, are you not injured? Daughter, why did you get a scratch on your face? How did you do in the exam? Why did you come back so soon? Did an accident happen? Parents came forward one after another to ask for help. The campus suddenly became extremely noisy. When Lu Feng got off the car, he heard someone shouting his name loudly. Listening to the voice, he recognized it immediately. Following the sound, he saw Lu Yun trotting over. Lu Feng, you are back. Lu Feng smiled and reached out to pinch her cheek. How did you come? Lu Jun slapped Fang Ping's hand away. My parents and I will come to pick you up. Lu Feng then saw his parents coming over. Lu Zuming looked up and down and said, fortunately, there are no missing arms or legs. When Yuehua rolled his eyes at him, how could you curse your son like this? Lu Zuming smiled and said, how did you do in the exam this time? Lu Feng smiled and said, it's not bad, I can just go to Shanghai University. You're pretty good at blowing. Lu Zuming shook his head, thinking Lu Feng was joking. Hearing this, other parents nearby cast curious glances. Who is this, so awesome? A severe patient with Shinyu syndrome. As soon as the students saw it was Lu Feng, they immediately approached their parents and told them about Lu Feng's deeds in the secret realm. Many parents were shocked when they heard this. Kill the gold level boss. Leading the team to lead the second place by more than 20,000 points. This is not a social cow, this is a real cow. Looking at Lu Feng's fading figure, I couldn't help but be filled with awe. Soon, Lu Feng's family returned home. After a sumptuous dinner, her mother sat on the right side of Lu Feng and asked softly, son, what school can I get into this time? I told you, Shanghai University. Lu Zuming smiled and said, I'm addicted to it. I understand that you, the summoner, are not a powerful profession. Lu Feng smiled and said, hey, Dad, you quite understand. At this time, there was a knock on the door. Lu Zuming asked curiously, normally there is no one around, so why did someone knock on the door when you came back? Lu Feng spread his hands. Maybe, you are here to give me a gift. Stop dreaming, Lu Zuming scolded with a smile. At this time, Lu Jun ran over and opened the door. Then I saw a young man standing at the door, carrying a lot of things in his hands. Behind him, there was an older middle-aged man. Lu Zuming looked at the young man and immediately thought about it. Huh, aren't you that, Mr. Ding? The young man is none other than City Lord Qin's assistant, Ding Yuan. Ding Yuan smiled and said, Mr. Lu, you remember correctly, I am Ding Yuan. Then he walked in and put the gift box in his hand on the table. Only then did Lu Zuming see the middle-aged man following Ding Yuan. I couldn't help but ask, who is this? Ding Yuan introduced, this is City Lord Qin. When Lu Zuming and Wen Yuehua heard this, they were stunned. What big day is today? The Lord of the city is here in person. Lu Zuming, Qin, City Lord Qin, why are you here? Hurry, please sit down. Wen Yuehua stood up quickly. I'm going to make tea. Qin Gang said quickly. No, I'll leave in a moment, no need to bother. I came here today just to visit the top scorer in the college entrance examination from our Eastern District. Classmate Lu Feng, congratulations on being admitted to Shanghai University of Technology. The top scorer in the college entrance examination. Admitted to Shanghai University of Finance and Economics. Lu Zuming and Wen Yuehua exclaimed in unison. Then he turned his head and looked at Lu Feng with a look full of disbelief. Lu Feng shrugged. I told you, but you don't believe me. After a while, City Lord Qin left. At this time, Lu Zuming and Wen Yuehua believed that Lu Feng had really entered Shanghai Magic University. But before they could sit down and ask, the next wave of gift givers arrived. This time, it was an acquaintance again, Zhou Peng, the president of the professional association. After that, he became the president of the business guild and the mercenary guild. More than a dozen small and medium-sized families also sent people to send congratulatory gifts. There were even several large mercenary groups joining in the fun. Several of them wanted to see Lu Feng's skills. Lu Feng refused due to physical discomfort. Are you kidding? Do you want me to die in public? In this way, I kept busy until night. Lu Feng finished taking a shower and lay on the bed. Only then did I remember that I had not received the rewards for the college entrance examination tasks. Since these days are the college entrance examination time, the original daily tasks of the system have also kept pace with the times and become college entrance examination tasks. Lu Feng checked the information record. Congratulations to the host for completing the college entrance examination task, passing the college entrance examination and being admitted to any college. The performance of the host task is rated as perfect. Earn rewards. Random Hero Lottery Ticket 5. 50 free attribute points. Sword Intent. Effect plus 10%. Fan Intention. Effect plus 10%. Emperor's Posture. Effect plus 10%. The number of summons of the dead that can be summoned at the same time is +1. System upgrade completed. Cancel the template usage time limit. Added new dimensional hero system. Seeing the generous mission rewards, Lu Feng couldn't help but widen his eyes. 5 raffle tickets. The effects of the 3 passive skills are increased, effectively improving one's attack and defense power. The skill change of Call of the Dead is particularly useful, allowing you to obtain 2 summoning BOSSs at the same time. He didn't use this skill in this college entrance examination. Mainly, I didn't encounter any particularly critical situation. This may be useful if cross-level enemies appear. As for the 2 changes in the system upgrade, they are even more impressive. The first one allows him to use hero templates without any restrictions. The second one brings more possibilities. Without further ado, let's smoke first as a sign of respect. Lu Feng felt uncomfortable all over if he left the lottery tickets without drawing them. This feeling is like looking at the red dots on the app on the mobile phone screen, and it feels uncomfortable unless you click them off. As the clock hands stopped, the first hero soon jumped out. Knowledge is power. As a somewhat evil voice sounded, a little lowly appeared. Wearing a black and white sailor uniform, with long and cool spiral yellow twin ponytails, and a cheerful and lively smile, she looks very youthful and beautiful. Wearing a pair of headphones on his head, he held a strange notebook with a rabbit head on it. It's a different style this time, it's not so fierce. Lu Feng complained. Angela Journey of Time, the Violent Flame Mage. Continue to draw. Abusive, healthier, wearing loose cyan hanfu, his eyes and hair color are beautiful bright green. She is wearing a dumpling head, oh no, it is wearing a pair of small silver bells. Kai Wenji Tian Lai Xian Yin. Still a little lowly, and she's still a minor. Lu Feng feels that he will never use this Kai Wenji template. You are too young. Put Kai Wenji away. Lu Feng rubbed his hands and continued pumping. How can a dog always lose when betting? System, will lowly be next? Host, how can the world be equalized if the chest is not equal? How can I attract people's attention if I don't have big breasts? Isn't there a new hero system? Why didn't I draw any of them? Host, hero summoning is completely random. ... If you haven't ordered something fresh the next 2 times, hum. Lu Feng said and started to continue drawing. Suddenly, the background of the lottery changed. Lu Feng saw an illusory library appearing in front of him. Ah, this is. With a flash of silver light, a beautifully packaged book flew out from the bookshelf. He leisurely came to Lu Feng and opened it. A woman wearing blue and white loose clothing emerged. There is a pair of sharp horns as scarlet as blood on the head, and purple hair like a waterfall hangs down behind him. 2 faint blue ribbons fluttered around her body. In his hand was a sheathed odachi sword. Remarkably, this knife is too long. The length of the handle plus the scabbard is actually over 2 meters. My name is Hao, and I am a traveler determined to collect ghost legends and expand the 100 Ghost Tent. Seeing the iconic devil's horns and long sword, Lu Feng recognized it immediately. Isn't this hazy? The book that flew out just now is called Painting 100 Ghosts at Night. It is a series of paintings drawn by the Japanese Edo period painter Toriyama Ishiden. It is a hyaku scroll that has a profound influence on Japanese monster culture. Hazy, this hero belongs to the fantasy book hero system and is the core hero of the status flow combination. When the enemy character is assigned a negative status, Hazy itself can gain the speed bonus of 100 Demons Night Walk. As the levels of 100 Ghost Night Walk increase, the speed will become very terrifying. In the later stage, you can even achieve the effect of attacking once 5 times while the opponent attacks once. Lu Feng carefully observed Long's appearance. 0. With a pair of sharp horns on her head, she doesn't seem to be a woman. Or should I say, a female ghost. Anyway, a new hero is finally here. It seems that the threat system is still useful. Well, it seems that I will make more threats in the future. Lu Feng put away Hazy and began to draw for the last time. The illusory library reappears. It seems like another fantasy book hero. Suddenly, a dazzling golden light lit up. 2 words flashed through Lu Feng's mind instantly. Collection. In the fantasy book hero system, heroes come from books. The levels are divided into collection, hardcover, paperback and other categories. The Hazy just now is a hardcover hero. And collections are the highest level heroes. I am indeed the European Emperor. Lu Feng immediately saw a simple thread-bound book flying out from the bookshelf. As the book flew in front of him, Lu Feng immediately saw its name. Book title: Strange Stories from a Chinese Studio. The melodious and plaintive sound of Pippa then rang in my ears. I sing the sounds of nature, but I don't choose the good ones. Just listen to the fox's gibberish. Nujia Yingning, please pay homage to your lord. A woman in red clothes gradually appeared. She had gray hair and pointed fox ears on her head. Behind her were several white foxtails as fluffy and white as clouds. Around the body, there are several groups of dark red will-o'-the-wisps burning slowly. Fox Fairy Ying Ning. Lu Feng feels that his luck is pretty good. Another core hero. Yingning in the fantasy book hero system, it is the core of the nuclear bomb flow. It's just that he doesn't have much use for it yet. However, it's not just for fighting. Lu Feng immediately walked to the door and locked the door. Then he sat back on the bed. As soon as I thought about it, I immediately used the Yingning template. I didn't notice it when I played the game before, but it turns out that her weight here is not light. However, fortunately, I used to be a big bad girl, and I have gradually adapted to my teeth. Lu Feng's eyes moved slightly downward. The clothes are almost bursting there. In addition, the shoulders on both sides were exposed, which was very cold and uncomfortable. He then moved his butt, and a big tail immediately came in front of him. White, very soft, like clouds. Lu Feng reached out and touched it. It was soft. It feels so comfortable in your hand that you just can't put it down. When Lu Feng played this game in his previous life, he had always been obsessed with Yingning's big tail. Now I finally have a chance to touch it. I can play with such a soft tail for a year. It's the end of the new year. After a long time, I reluctantly released the Yingning template. Obtain 5 new hero templates in a row. Under the influence of summoning divine contract, Lu Feng's 4-dimensional attributes suddenly increased a lot. Lu Feng spent the next vacation very pleasantly. My sister had been hospitalized before, but now she is fine. Lu Feng took her to visit almost all of Donghai City. Delicious, fun, tried them all. During your free time, do your daily tasks. For example, collecting specific items, clearing a dungeon, killing a certain number of monsters, etc. These are all very simple tasks. Time is fleeting. Soon, it was time to report to Magic City. Lu Feng made full preparations. In fact, there is no preparation, just bring 100 million crystal stones. There are some potions in the inventory, just in case. In addition, there are some daily necessities such as hotel tents, barbecue grills, beach chairs, kitchen utensils, tableware, exotic animal meat, spiritual fruits, spiritual vegetables, and spiritual rice. When I walked out of the room, my parents immediately greeted me. Ready to leave, Lu Feng nodded. Yes. My classmates are waiting outside. When you get to school, remember to call us. Mother said with red eyes. Lu Feng smiled and said, I know. I'm not crossing the wilderness this time. I'm going by teleportation array. There's no danger at all. At this time, Lu Yun poked his head out of her room. Have a nice trip, brother. Well, sister, you have to be good at home. Remember to take those supplements every day. Many of the gifts given by others were tonics to enhance physical fitness. It has no effect on Lu Feng, so it is just left to Lu Yun. After her physique is strengthened, it will be easier for her to awaken naturally. Lu Feng walked to the door and saw Shi Jingjing already waiting. She leaned sideways, sitting on a big red fish about 5 meters long, and greeted Lu Feng. Lu Feng jumped onto the back of the fish with a slight jump and sat down next to Shi Dan. Zhaohong, let's go. Go to the teleportation square. Void Koi flicked its tail and disappeared suddenly. The next moment, he appeared 100 meters away. Obviously, the flying method of this big fish is teleportation. Lu Feng was surprised. This is your new pet. This is not a pet, this is a flying mount. Didn't I give you one before? Lu Feng then remembered. You were talking about that egg, right? But it never hatched. Huh, how could it be? Didn't you incubate it properly? Lu Feng asked curiously. Hatch it well. How to hatch it? Shi Jingjing immediately took a pet egg, opened the hem of her clothes, and stuffed the egg inside. That's it. Seeing Shi Jingjing's pregnant-like appearance, Lu Feng was speechless for a while. This kind of operation actually exists. Okay, let's hatch it when I come back from vacation. Not long after, the two arrived at the teleportation square located in the center of the city. Arriving at the teleportation square, Lu Feng and his teacher quietly came to the teleportation gate leading to Magic City. The guarding soldiers checked their identities and let them pass. After passing through the portal, Lu Feng suddenly felt his eyes go dark. When he came back to his senses, he saw that he was already in a prosperous area. It is surrounded by high-rise buildings, which add radiance and beauty to each other. This is the center of the Magic City. It's quite a long way from the school. Let's go to the roadside and take a taxi there. Shi Jingjing suggested. No, I contacted Brother Song and he said he would drive to pick us up. Brother Song. The teacher was stunned for a moment, then realized, are you talking about Song Qian? Yeah, that's him. Song Qian was also a student from Donghai No. 2 Middle School, 1 year older than the two of them. When they were in school, Lu Feng had always had a good relationship with him. Song Qian was studying in Shanghai. His profession is an enchanter, and he is a sophomore at the Magic City Strengthening Academy. But according to him, several of the Devil's universities are concentrated in the university town. The Magic City Strengthening Academy and Magic City University where he studied were only separated by 2 roads. Lu Feng was thinking about whether to call Song Qian. At this moment, a rough voice sounded not far away. Lu Feng, be quiet, I'm coming. Then a pink sports car sped over and stopped in front of the two of them with a beautiful sideways movement. The car door opened, and a middle-aged man with sunglasses and unshaven beard stepped out. The corners of his mouth were raised in an arrogant smile. Brother Song, the color of your car is so cool. Lu Feng laughed. I was afraid that you wouldn't be able to find me, so I chose a bright color. Song Qian said, reaching out and gently touching the car. The originally pink car body suddenly turned into the most common black. Lu Feng and Shi Jingjing were stunned. Brother Song, what kind of magic is this? Enchanting. This is my newly researched car body enchantment. Color in 1 second, and it also has an anti-collision effect. Have you seen it? It feels like dwang dwang when you press it. Lu Feng tried pressing it. Sure enough, the body became very elastic. When you press it hard, there will be a dent, but when you release your hand, it will immediately return to its original shape. Lu Feng and his teacher looked at each other in silence. Awesome plus. Are all enchanters like this now? My enchanting skills are very good. If you have any weapons and equipment that you want to enchant, please contact me. I will give you a discount. Song Qian took the opportunity to advertise himself. The teacher nodded immediately. No problem. Lu Feng nodded perfunctorily. Enchantment. It seems he doesn't need it. His weapons and equipment all come with templates and cannot be enchanted. Song Qian immediately opened the trunk and put Shi Jingjing's 2 trolley cases inside. He glanced at Lu Feng and said, "Where is your luggage?" Lu Feng spread his hands. "No luggage, only money. Song Qian, I was tricked by your kid. I saw that you, the top scorer in the college entrance examination, are making a lot of money." "What kind of money are you talking about? It's all given by others. I can't push it away even if I want to. Get out of here. Get in the car." After getting in the car and driving for a while, Song Qian suddenly asked, "Lu Feng, when you were taking the college entrance examination, you were attacked by someone?" Lu Feng didn't answer. The teacher sitting behind him quietly called out first. "Sneak attack. When did it happen? Why didn't I know?" Lu Feng smiled and said, "It's just a small matter. It was Han Yunch who found the killer, but I solved it all." The teacher frowned quietly. Although Lu Feng said it in an understatement, she intuitively felt that it was definitely not simple. "A small thing. You have a big heart." Song Qian smiled. "I heard from my senior fellow at the Martial Arts Academy that there have been many assassination missions targeting Sakura Kingdom spies recently, and this matter is related to a certain top scorer in the college entrance examination." "Sakura Country. Is the person Han Yunch hired to assassinate you a ninja from Sakura Country?" Teacher Jingjing contacted him back and forth and immediately had a clue. Sakura Country has 3 distinctive professions: onmyoji, samurai and ninja. Among them, ninja is the profession best at sneak attacks and assassinations. "Well, it's really a trivial matter. 4 ninjas and the one named Han were all killed by me," Lu Feng said lightly. Song Qian couldn't help but twitch the corner of his mouth. "I haven't seen you for a year. Is this kid so powerful?" He glanced at Lu Feng and asked, "What level are you at now?" "Gold level 4. This is no longer tough, but abnormal. Among the freshmen who enter Magic City University every year, the highest level is around silver level 10. You are so perverted, no wonder you are the top pick in the country." Lu Feng scratched his head. He wanted to say that there is a real relationship between being the top pick and the gold level. The main reason is that the system is too powerful. If it were a normal gold level, it would never be possible for him to beat the boss like a grandson. But after thinking about it, I still didn't say it. After all, this is his ultimate secret. But after hearing Song Qian's words, he was also a little surprised. Even if he is the top scorer in the college entrance examination, it is impossible for the 2 countries to be at odds because of his sneak attack, right? Although Sakura Country really deserves a beating. No wonder not long after the college entrance examination, I heard that the Han family fell and the whole family was arrested. Shi Jingjing suddenly realized. Lu Feng looked indifferent. Qin Gang had come to his house specifically to tell him about this matter before. Mainly to reassure him. An hour later, they arrived at Shanghai University. Far away, Lu Feng could see the university gate. His first feeling was extremely shocking. Lu Feng is not someone who has never seen the world. In his previous life, he had been to many cities and seen various universities. But compared with the Demon City University in front of me, it was completely different. Modu University is really big. In front of him is a huge doorway spanning hundreds of meters. The height of the door opening is about 20 meters. A black stone slab more than 10 meters long is inlaid on top. 4 red universities are engraved on the stone slab: Modu University. The writing is written with silver hooks and iron strokes, revealing bursts of awe-inspiring and solemn meaning. When the teacher saw the door quietly, he was so surprised that he couldn't close his mouth. "This door is too big. It's no problem letting boss-level beasts pass through." Song Qian smiled and said, "When I saw it for the first time, I was extremely shocked. As you drive closer, you can see many people stopping to take photos." In midair, many people were flying in the wind, moving in and out quickly. Some people have various weapons on their feet. This is the art of weapon control, which can be mastered by certain professions after reaching gold level. There are also people who just put their hands behind their backs and step on the void. These are the powerful men above the combat master level. There are also those riding flying mounts. Lu Feng even saw several mechas spraying exhaust fumes. He secretly sighed. This is what the world really looks like. Compared with the Magic City, Donghai still lags far behind. On the ground, many people came by car like them. However, there are also some who come on foot, looking very tired from the journey. It seemed like I had come all the way from a very far away place. After driving into the school gate, eye-catching signs appeared on the roadside. Following the signs, they soon arrived at the new student registration office. Seeing at least 100 people queuing up there, Lu Feng said, "Brother Song, go and do your business, we can just line up ourselves." "Okay, call me if you need anything." The assistant quietly took down the luggage, and Song Qian left. Lu Feng and she quietly lined up at the back of the team. After waiting in line for a while, I saw a person rushing forward like lightning. Lu Feng recognized him at a glance. "Isn't this Wang Chen?" He quickly stopped him with words. "Wang Chen." When Wang Chen heard the sound, he stopped suddenly and turned around. "It's Lu Feng. And Shi Jingjing. Why are you waiting in line?" Lu Feng and his teacher were stunned for a moment. "What do you mean? Don't you know? Those who rank among the top 50 in the country in college entrance examination scores don't have to wait in line." "Ah. Who said that?" Wang Chen raised the pamphlet in his hand. "It says in the freshman guide. There is a freshman counselor outside distributing it." Lu Feng. He knew immediately what the problem was. They drove all the way in. "Naturally, I didn't get this new student guide. Fortunately, I met Wang Chen, otherwise I would have wasted a lot of time queuing." Lu Feng immediately led his teacher and walked forward quietly. Wang Chen walked to the front of the team, took out the admission notice, and threw it on the table. He said in a deep voice, "No. 17, Wang Chen, come and report." The boy wearing glasses sitting at the registration desk is entering the information of the student at the front. After hearing Wang Chen's words, he immediately stopped what he was doing. He took Wang Chen's admission notice, took a look at it, and nodded. Then he erased the previously entered information and pushed aside the admission notice in front of him. "Start entering Wang Chen's information. The one at the front is a boy with a short haircut." Seeing this, he suddenly felt a little unhappy. The admission notice that was pushed aside was his. "Senior, everything must be done on a first-come, first-served basis, right? I was the one who came first, why did he enter it first?" The boy wearing glasses glanced at him and said calmly, "Strong people don't have to queue. He is ranked in the top 50 in the college entrance examination, so he has priority. This is a school policy. If you have any objections, please go to the student union." The short-haired boy was startled and immediately fainted. After Wang Chen registered, Lu Feng immediately asked the teacher to step in quietly. "The 8th one, Master Jingjing, come and report." The boy wearing glasses took her admission notice and nodded. "Continue typing." The students at the back suddenly became a little commotion. "What's going on? Why is the team not moving? Are you still letting people sign up? It's enough to cut in line one person, but what about the second one?" The teacher glanced at it quietly and hummed, "What's wrong? This is a school rule. If you have the ability, you can get close to the top 50. After the boy wearing glasses registered, he handed a blue watch to Shi Jingjing's hand. "This is a student watch, please be sure to wear it. It contains student points. Ordinary currency is useless on campus. You need to use points to do many things." The teacher took it quietly and nodded as if understanding. The short-haired boy who was first in line couldn't help but said, "Senior, you can enter my information now." "Wait a moment." Lu Feng on the side interrupted him and handed his acceptance letter to the superior. "First place in the college entrance examination, Lu Feng." His words were like a huge stone thrown into a pond, instantly causing an uproar. People around him immediately swarmed over. "Wow, he is Lu Feng, the top scorer in the college entrance examination. I finally saw him in person. Wow, he is so handsome, even more handsome than in the photo." Many people looked at Lu Feng with curiosity, surprise, and admiration. But there are also some people whose words reveal a strange aura. Shout, "It looks pretty ordinary, except for being a little more handsome. I thought Lu Feng had 3 heads and 6 arms. There must be something shady about getting such an outrageous score. So many people in the Eastern District have achieved such high scores, it's no surprise that there's nothing wrong with them." With everyone watching and various words ringing in his ears, Lu Feng didn't take it seriously at all. As long as he is not provoked, he will not bother to pay attention to the noise of the ants. The boy wearing glasses entered the information as quickly as possible. With great respect, he handed a dazzling golden watch to Lu Feng with both hands. Classmate Lu Feng, this is your watch, please wear it. They all use honorifics. Lu Feng couldn't help but be stunned when he looked at the arrogant watch. This watch also comes in different colors. Yes. The boy nodded and explained. The watch will show different colors according to the grade ranking. First place, golden. Second to 100, blue. Behind it, it's white. But please note that the rankings will change. As the ranking changes, the colors will also change accordingly. Lu Feng understood immediately. Then the treatment enjoyed by different colors is not the same, right? The boy smiled and said, of course. Classmate Lu Feng, you will gradually realize it in the future. Lu Feng took the watch and put it on, nodded, okay, thank you. At this time, Wang Chen on the side immediately stuck to him. Lu Feng, it's fate that we meet each other. Can you treat you to dinner at noon? Just as Lu Feng was about to nod, there was an explosion from beside him. Wait a moment. When Lu Feng heard the news, he saw the short-haired boy who had been cut into the team 3 times in a row staring at him with blazing eyes and angrily. Turning his hand, a spear bursting with silver lightning appeared. You are the top scorer in the college entrance examination who earned your fame, Lu Feng, right? Shi Yu from Imperial Capital, ranked 32nd in the college entrance examination, challenge. Lu Feng looked at Shi Yu and frowned. The school has regulations. Do I have to accept your challenge? Shi Yu was stunned. This hasn't happened yet. That's it, Lu Feng said and walked out. Shi Yu suddenly became anxious and dodged. The whole person suddenly turned into thunder and teleported in front of Lu Feng. He said angrily, but you are the top scorer in the college entrance examination. You don't even dare to accept the challenge. So is the top scorer in the college entrance examination just a coward? As he spoke, he winked to the side. Immediately, several students came forward, vaguely threatening to double-team Lu Feng. Seeing that the situation was not right, Teacher Jingjing suddenly frowned. What are you doing? Want to bully others? 0.0. Shi Yu sneered. Lu Feng is the top scorer in this year's college entrance examination. The first among millions of students across the country. How dare we bully him? Lu Feng, it's okay if you don't dare to fight. As long as you kneel down and apologize to me in public, I will forgive you. Don't be too arrogant. The master quietly raised his hand, and the nearly 3-meter-tall flying mantis appeared in front of him. As the master level is mentioned, the strength of flying mantis also skyrockets. The huge figure and the dazzling silver luster all over his body made Shi Yu suddenly feel a little pressure. He couldn't help but take a step back. Lu Feng, do you just hide behind women? Lu Feng quietly pulled his master behind him. He said calmly, if you really want to fight, it's not impossible. But just fighting is too boring, you have to add some excitement, right? Lottery, Shi Yu pondered. You want to bet on a fight, right? What are you betting on? Well, just bet 100,000 crystal stones. Hiss. A uniform gasp of air suddenly sounded all around. As expected of the top scorer in the college entrance examination, the moment he opens his mouth, he will receive 100,000 crystal stones. This is not an ordinary wolf killer. Now someone is going to get slapped in the face. Shi Yu couldn't help but tremble. Lu Feng's tone is a bit scary. Is 100,000 too much? Can it be less? Lu Feng glanced at him, with a hint of contempt in his eyes. Weren't you very arrogant just now? It turned out to be a paper tiger. Don't you even have the guts to bet 100,000 crystal stones? Lu Feng glanced at the other people around Shi Yu and narrowed his eyes slightly. How about this? The 4 of you are together, right? How about I beat 4 of you one by one and bet 400,000 crystal stones? Shi Yu was startled and couldn't help but look at the other 3 people. As Lu Feng expected, all 4 of them came from Imperial Number 2 Middle School. The remaining 3 are all S-level talents like him. Among the 3 of them, the boy with a Chinese character face wearing a white combat uniform took a step forward. Lu Feng, my name is Zheng Ming, and I am a fighting expert by profession. Are you sure you want 1 against 4? We are all S-level. Lu Feng smiled slightly. This Zheng Ming was quite honest and reported his profession and talent level. If it was a sinister guy, he would have hidden it on purpose. Of course, but you don't seem to have so many crystals, right? HMPH. You don't need to use the provoking method. We have the crystals of course, but you can't take them away. Shi Yu said angrily. The corners of Lu Feng's mouth raised slightly. Whether you can take it away or not, you will know if you try it. Just try it, Shi Yu said and immediately organized the others into the team. Then he launched a duel application to Lu Feng. Between Lu Feng and the 4 people, a bloody flag fluttering in the wind immediately appeared. Although Shi Yu has a bad temper, he is by no means a fool. If Lu Feng is challenged now, he will never place a bet. Because he is not sure of victory. Although I knew in my heart that there must be something fishy about the Eastern District College entrance examination, Lu Feng was the top scorer after all. There must be 2 brushes. But now Lu Feng impulsively proposed to fight 1 against 4. If you don't seize the opportunity, you will be a fool. Not only can he suppress Lu Feng, improve his reputation, but also earn crystal stones. It's like killing 3 birds with 1 stone. The onlookers immediately started talking excitedly about 017. It's a fight, it's a fight. Finally we can see the style of the top scorer in the college entrance examination. Come on, Shi Yu and the others are all top 100 in the college entrance examination. 1 against 4, there is no chance of winning. The melon seed soda package only costs 10 points. 10 points, why don't you grab them? Huh, what do you think I'm doing now? Amid everyone's eager gazes, Lu Feng still didn't click, except. Shi Yu snorted coldly. What, are you afraid now? Lu Feng shook his head. No. I just think you don't look like a good person with your hair so short. If I lose the duel and default on my debt, won't I lose a lot of money? Shi Yu suddenly became furious. Why don't I look like a good person? What do you want? At this time, a majestic voice came from not far away. I'll be a notary. Everyone turned their heads when they heard the sound and were immediately stunned. The person who came was none other than Dong Wei. Dean Dong from the Civil Service College has come forward. I thought he was here to mediate, but he turned out to be a notary public. Come on, the school leaders wish we could have a lively fight. Lu Feng couldn't help but be secretly surprised when he listened to the students' whispers. He had seen this Dong Wei before during admissions. It seems that he is not very strong, but he is at the same gold level as himself, but he didn't expect that he is still the head of the hospital. He didn't know how the departments of Mordu University were specifically divided. But it is certainly not easy to be the president of a hospital. At this time, Dong Wei walked up to them with a smile. Lu Feng, and the 4 of you, give me all the crystals. Shi Yu and others suddenly felt a little depressed when they heard this. What does the 4 of us mean? We also have names, okay. Lu Feng alone gave 400,000 crystal stones, and Shi Yu and the 4 of them each gave 100,000 crystal stones. After receiving the spar, Dong Wei immediately announced. Okay, you can start now. Lu Feng nodded and clicked, accept. Pillars of light immediately rose under his and Shi Yu's feet. After covering the 5 people instantly, the light pillar disappeared immediately. Lu Feng's eyes were dazzled. When his eyes focused again, he saw that he was on a 100-meter square arena. Around the arena, a faint khaki light curtain appeared. Beside, Dong Hui's somewhat illusory figure emerged. Explained. This is a dual space that is only available within our school. It is a virtual space. You can use your strongest fighting power to your heart's content. You don't have to worry about causing damage to the surrounding environment, and you don't have to worry about death. At this time, a row of civil servants appeared in the center of the space. Lu Feng looked at it carefully and saw that it was the rules of this dual space. The inventory is disabled after the duel period. Quest potions and food are not allowed to be used during the duel, and those used will be automatically cleared. Clear the opponent's health points to 0 or force the opponent to touch the light curtain to win. If the winner is not determined within 5 minutes, it will be deemed a draw. In 10 seconds, the duel will officially begin, please be prepared. As the countdown begins, both sides begin to put on equipment and cast buff spells for themselves. Lu Feng thought about it and immediately used the Mulan 9 Heaven's Divine Glory template. Hua Mulan and Nua are his 2 most well-known appearances. Since he is fighting in front of the public, he naturally chooses one of them to avoid exposing too many of his trump cards. At this time, a huge virtual screen appeared above the place where Lu Feng and others disappeared. In the picture, the figures of Lu Feng, Shi Yu and others gradually appeared. This is also a function of the school's dual space. It allows others to observe the entire dual process in real time. Everyone immediately saw that Lu Feng's figure became blurry. The next moment, a graceful figure was revealed. On the smooth and elegant light blonde hair, the golden crown shines brightly. On the delicate and picturesque face, the bridge of the nose is straight, and the red lips are as beautiful as fire. A pair of eyes carefully drawn with black eyebrow pencil revealed an indifferent gaze. The gold and silver armor that is as tight and close to the body as wings, exudes a dazzling brilliance against the brilliant light wheel behind it. He held a golden heavy sword in his right hand, and two flying swords hovered quietly behind him. Seeing Lu Feng's style, the students couldn't help but marvel. I have long heard that Lu Feng changes gender during battle, and finally I saw it with my own eyes. Too beautiful to behold. Ah, it's so beautiful. Lu Feng is so handsome and beautiful. Lu Feng is so beautiful after his transformation, how could you have the heart to do it? What exactly is Lu Feng's profession? I heard it's a new profession called Dimension Summoner. How does this look like a summoner? Maybe it's mutated. That's right. Those with SSS level talent are no longer normal humans. Lu Feng looked ashamed at the overwhelming receptiveness of the melon-eating crowd opposite. Maybe it has happened so many times that I am not as resistant to becoming a woman as I was at the beginning. Of course, he has never done anything like bathing himself after transforming. At this time, the one closest to the dual space is Wei, who exists in the form of a virtual referee. He had seen Lu Feng's transformation before during the college entrance examination. There seem to be two different forms. One is a melee form with a heavy sword in front of him. The other is the empty-handed mage form. However, he has never figured out the origin of these two forms. Is it Lu Feng's imagination? As Lu Feng transformed, the four people who were most shocked were Shi Yu and others. Crazy Thunder Lancer, Shi Yu's eyes widened. Lu Feng, you are so insidious. You actually used a honey trap. That's it. How can we do it when it becomes like this? The fair-looking Frostfire mage Yan Bin covered his face and said. Fighting expert Zhang Ming's throat twitched and he swallowed hard. The figure is also great. The front and back are curved, which is my style. Lu Feng, at first it seemed that you were quite honest, but you planned to be gentle. Now, you're done. Rock Shield Warrior Lu Dali couldn't help but gasped. He immediately raised the giant shield with a faint earthy yellow light in front of his eyes and rushed forward. He muttered, if I don't look into your eyes, you can't seduce me. Lu Feng's mouth twitched slightly. Don't look at your eyes. Charming, I'm still petrified. You think I am Medusa. Since the other party took the initiative to serve it, he wouldn't be polite. Let's start with you. Lu Feng lifted his right foot and touched the ground lightly. Centered on his toes, fine cracks suddenly appeared on the ground. Without using any acceleration skills, the whole person immediately rushed out like a cannonball. Because of his speed, it seemed to others that he teleported in front of Lu Dali in one step. Immediately, it hit the giant shield held high by Lu Dali. The students watching the battle couldn't help but be startled. It seems that this shield warrior is used to absorb damage. Lu Feng still bumps into his shield. What kind of cow-horse operation is this? At this time, shouldn't we just cut to the back row? Probably, pressing the tab key too fast cuts to the wrong target. Almost everyone thinks that Lu Feng hit the wrong person. The moment they saw Lu Feng disappear on the spot, Shi Yu and the others were all trembling. Except for Lu Dali, the other three people thought that Lu Feng was about to appear in front of them. As a result, Lu Feng did not follow the usual path. Predicted their predictions. For a moment, Lu Dali felt a huge force coming through the shield. The earthy yellow light on the shield suddenly became brighter. His profession, Rock Shield Warrior, can use earth spells to enhance the defensive effect. Belongs to the level of Big Mac in a turtle shell. The layer of light covering the shield is exactly intermediate earth shield technique. The shield can absorb 30% more damage. Haha, I blocked Lu. Lu Dali was about to call his teammates for damage, but in the middle of his words, he suddenly lost his voice. The rest of the words were stuck in my throat and I couldn't say them out. Because he heard a crisp sound. Kara. A crack suddenly appeared in the shield. The cracks expanded instantly. With several crisp sounds, the shield broke into 2 pieces from the middle. How can it be? Lou Dolly's eyes were full of disbelief when he posted the official website. At this time, a heavy sword appeared in front of him. The dazzling arc of the sword fell on him instantly. Bah! Lou Dolly's strong body was instantly broken into 2 pieces, with blood splattering everywhere. Ah! Along with the screams, 2 parts of Lou Dolly's body hit the ground heavily, turned into countless white light groups and disappeared. The dubbing sounded immediately in dual space. First blood. Hiss. Most of the students watching the battle gasped when they landed. Lou Dolly is the strongest tank class in the North District. He can withstand the attacks of gold-level experts without any damage, but he was defeated in a second. And it's still under complete defense. It's so unbelievable. Even a gold-level boss can't defeat Dolly in seconds. I heard a rumor before that Lu Feng killed a gold-level boss by himself during the college entrance examination. I didn't believe it at the time. I believe it now. Come on, Lu Feng, blow them up. The teacher quietly waved his fist and said loudly. Wang Chen, who was standing next to her, was ashamed. After not seeing each other for a summer vacation, has the gap between you and Lu Feng widened again? At this time in the dual space, Lu Feng was a little disappointed. This was his first time playing against a national-level talent. So as soon as it came out, I used 5 points of strength to test it. And he was looking for the toughest shield warrior. As a result, it was vulnerable. You know, you still have a lot of useless cards. Looking at Shiyu and the others, he shook his head slightly. Forget it, let's end it quickly. It's too weak. Being looked at by Lu Feng, Shiyu suddenly had sweat pouring down from his forehead. The tip of the gun in his hand trembled slightly. The next moment, he saw Lu Feng coming in front of him, raising the dazzling golden épée. Just as Shiyu was about to dodge, he suddenly found that the door in Lu Feng's chest was wide open. Good chance. He was overjoyed and immediately shook the gun and stabbed Lu Feng in the chest with all his strength. Ding! As the thunder gun pierced Lu Feng, there was a crisp sound. The next moment, the gun body snapped from the middle with a click. Shiyu's eyes suddenly widened. What kind of ox-horse level defense is this? Girls shouldn't be soft. How does Lu Feng practice? Shiyu, whose brain fell into chaos, was immediately killed by Lu Feng with a sword. Double kill. Hiss. The armor that was stabbed by the thunder spear was actually unscathed. Even if Lu Feng stands and lets Shiyu and the others hit him, they can't hit him. This game has completely turned into a fish fry game. At this time, fighting expert Zhang Ming suddenly appeared behind Lu Feng. I'll fight with you. The fist was wrapped in a layer of gray-white mist, and it hit her hard on the back of the heart. Suddenly his eyes flashed with flowers. When he reacted, he found that his wrist had been grabbed. Immediately, Zhang Ming felt a huge force coming from him, pulling his body into the air. Lu Feng threw him over his shoulder and smashed him to the ground. Then, everyone saw Zhang Ming being whipped back and forth to the ground by Lu Feng like a whip. You have a good figure, right? Bang. The front is convex and the back is curved, right? Bang. Your thing, right? Bang. The picture is extremely brutal and bloody. After 3 strokes, Zhang Ming immediately emptied it. Triple-kill. A few seconds later, Lu Feng rushed forward. Catch up with Frostfire Mage Yan Bin and cut them both off with 1 sword. Quadra-kill. Immediately, a white light lit up, teleporting Lu Feng out of the dual space. On the live broadcast screen, a line of subtitles popped up. The duel is over. Lu Feng wins. When Lu Feng's figure reappeared in front of everyone. Everyone present was still immersed in the battle scene just now and did not react. All this happened too fast. From Lu Feng's amazing transformation, he killed Lu Dolly with his shield and his men, and beheaded Shiyu with 1 sword. Zhang Ming, who weighed nearly 200 kilograms, pumped him back and forth with ease, and finally eliminated Yan Bin. The entire battle lasted only 10 seconds. I just blinked and the battle was over. Shiyu and the 4 of them are all in the top 50 in the college entrance examination. Are they so weak? It's not that Shiyu and the others are weak, it's that Lu Feng is too strong. Have you ever seen a giant shield shattered with 1 sword? as expected of the top scorer in the college entrance examination. I wonder how high his four-dimensional attributes are. The freshmen present were amazed. Even the sophomores at the freshman registration desk were extremely shocked. I simulated it secretly in my mind. Then they discovered that even if they had advanced to the gold level, they were no match for Lu Feng. Although it only lasted a few seconds, the strength, speed and reflexes displayed by Lu Feng were. It's actually stronger than them. The strength shown by this new top scorer is completely different from that of a freshman who just walked into the school. In addition to his strong combat power, he kills people as indifferently as mowing grass, and his attacks are stable from beginning to end. He always maintains a calm attitude in the battle, just like a veteran who has been in the dungeon for many years and has rich combat experience. As soon as Lu Feng came out, Shi Jingjing immediately greeted him. Lu Feng, win beautifully. Lu Feng shook his head. What a beauty. They're just a bunch of weaklings. Came to Dong Wei. Ding dong, I'm here to get the spar. Dong Wei patted him on the shoulder and said with a smile, you are indeed the genius I recruited. I look forward to you taking MCU to a whole new level. Lu Feng nodded. I will work hard. After receiving 400,000 crystal stones, Lu Feng left quietly with Wang Chen and his master. The surroundings were quiet for a moment, then suddenly the pot exploded. Lu Feng is so arrogant. Alas, but he does have the capital to be arrogant. Bah, no matter how powerful he is still alone. Can he beat all of us? He has offended the public and is waiting for misfortune. At the same time, on the top floor of the Central Administration Building of Modu University. In the principal's office, Mu Qingying and the three middle-aged people were looking intently at the virtual screen not far away. What is being played on the screen is the scene of the battle between Lu Feng and Shi Yu. Even though the playback speed was stretched several times, it ended quickly. As the screen went out, Mu Qingying turned her face. What do you think? Sitting in front of her were the deans of the three colleges of Modu University. There are 4 colleges in Modu University: King's Academy, Martial Arts Academy, Tactics Academy and Civilian Academy. Except for Dong Wei, Dean of the Civil Service College, the other 3 colleges are here. Jing Feng, the Dean of King's College, is a man with a square face, eyes like lightning, and a stern expression. He clasped his hands on his chest and said calmly, not bad. You can be called a minister of the heavenly regiment. A tall man next to him with thick eyebrows and big eyes, and a strong evil aura around him, looked surprised when he heard this. He is the Dean of the Martial Arts Academy, Chu Tinlong. Lao Jing, I have never heard such a high praise from you. I'm just telling the truth. Dean Chu, what do you think? Mu Qingying asked with a smile. Chu Tinlong muttered. He has a calm mind and is experienced, and his strength is far beyond that of other freshmen. But he is just too competitive, so it would be unwise to attack the shield warriors. I don't think so, retorted the gentle and elegant dean of Chenhua Tactical Academy, who was wearing a tang suit. Lu Feng, as the #1 scholar in the new subject, and with ridiculously high scores in the college entrance examination, is bound to become the target of public criticism. There are many people who want to defeat him and replace him. In such a situation where powerful enemies are surrounding you, if you fully demonstrate your strong side, you will be able to live a more stable life in the future. Chu Tinlong listened and nodded slightly. That's right, I didn't expect that this kid is so young and has a lot of thoughts. Jing Feng glanced at him. Do you think they all look like you? Their brains are all about muscles. Oh, Lao Jing, you are so arrogant. It just so happens that I recently learned a Luo Ying style, let's practice it. Come, who is afraid of whom? Mu Qingying had a headache. These 2 deans are really strong, but they are a little out of touch. Before you fight, make arrangements for the branch exam tomorrow. When I left the freshman registration office, it was already past 11 o'clock. Lu Feng and Shi Jingjing, led by Wang Chen, came to the school cafeteria. Walking into the cafeteria, the 2 couldn't help but talk. This canteen is too big. Looking up, there are at least 1,000 seats. It's completely different from the simple university cafeteria Lu Feng expected. The environment here is neat and spotless. Meals are served in buffet style. There are hundreds of dishes of various colors on the dining table, a dazzling array of dishes. There is a strong aroma of vegetables lingering in the air. Lu Feng took a few glances and found that the students picked out their meals at random with their plates. After picking, they immediately found an empty seat and sat down to eat, without seeming to have paid. I couldn't help but wonder, is eating here free? How is that possible? Wang Chen pointed to the door with a smile. There is a device at the door that automatically deducts points. The points are deducted when you enter. Lu Feng suddenly realized, no wonder it's a buffet style. As long as the same points are deducted uniformly, it saves a lot of trouble. Then how many points do we have and how should we check it? Shi Jing asked. It's very simple, just press this. Wang Chen said and demonstrated the operation again. Lu Feng tried it and immediately saw his points. 10,000 points. How many points do you have? 1,000. I am 1,002. Lu Feng. This difference doesn't seem to be very big. Wang Chen looked at him. How many points do you have? You don't want to know. Lu Feng replied. No, I want to know. Okay, 10,000 points. ... Well, I don't want to know. Quote. Lu Feng immediately discovered a problem. Looking at this number, we should not have points deducted, right? Well, the guide says that meals for freshmen are free in the first month, which is considered a benefit. Lu Feng nodded and was about to get the dinner plate when Wang Chen grabbed him, pointing to the stairs to one side. Let's go, we will go to the second floor. Ah, why? Lu Feng asked curiously. Because we are different. Wang Chen held his head high. This is where the students wearing white watches eat, and the one above is ours. Lu Feng. The university in his impression is a warm and harmonious ivory tower. But there seems to be something wrong with the style of the university here. At the stairwell on the first floor, someone checked the color of the watch. After checking, Lu Feng and the others came to the second floor. As soon as he walked up, Lu Feng felt the extremely rich spiritual energy. Every cell in the body seems to be excited. It still takes the form of a buffet, but with much fewer seats. There were also very few people dining. Lu Feng glanced around and discovered immediately. All the meals on this level are made from nutritious exotic animal meat, spiritual rice, and spiritual vegetables. Phoenix fin tuna sashimi, earth cracker steak, mountain shaking devil bear paw. Compared with the ordinary ingredients on the first floor, it is a world of difference. Lu Feng then took a bunch of delicious food to replenish the energy he had consumed during exercise. But Wang Chen and Shi Jingjing held more than him. Lu Feng then saw that they not only fed themselves, but also fed them to their pets. ... You won't be blacklisted in the cafeteria, right? Wang Chen curled his lips. How is that possible? It is written in the new student guide that the food in the cafeteria can be fed to pets. Lu Feng. Well, he still underestimated how wealthy Magic University is. It's a pity that he doesn't have a fighting pet. Big loss. After eating, Wang Chen took them to the novice dormitory. Introducing as he walked, freshmen will be arranged in Area A of the dormitory area. The dormitories for the top 100 freshmen are all single rooms. 101 to 300 people live in double rooms. The ones in the back are all 4-person rooms. Lu Feng understood immediately. This sense of gap may stimulate students' enterprising spirit. As your ranking improves, you can get better living conditions. This is true in canteens and dormitories, and it must be the same in other aspects. Only by becoming strong can you get everything you want. After a while, they arrived at the dormitory area. Looking at the rows of exquisite buildings in front of him, Lu Feng couldn't help but widen his eyes. Is this a dormitory? It's obviously a villa, right? All you see are rows of 3-story townhouses. On both sides of the spacious road, there are flowers and trees. Not only that, in the center of the entire dormitory area is a huge artificial lake. The water surface is as clear and green as a piece of flawless emerald, twinkling with light under the sunlight. There are white lotus flowers floating on the water, dancing with the breeze. From time to time, bursts of fragrance are exuded, which is refreshing. Lu Feng even saw many people fishing and boating. The environment here is really nice and the spiritual energy is abundant. The three of them walked half a circle along the lakeside and finally arrived at Area A. Drop. Lu Feng walked to the door of room A001, CBAA, picked up his watch and took a look at it. The door opened immediately. The three of them walked into the room. What comes into view is a finely decorated luxury suite. There are more than 10 spacious and bright lake view rooms in total. Bedroom, living room, kitchen, bathroom, study and exercise area, all available. Compared with his house in Dongsha Yayuan, it is much more upscale. If such a room were placed in Donghai City, the price would be at least 20 million less. All basic configurations in the room are complete. Lu Feng only needs to buy some daily necessities such as toothbrushes, toothpaste, and towels. Wow, the decoration style of this room is very unique. The teacher visited it quietly and couldn't help but admire it. Lu Feng was very satisfied and smiled. It's a bit too big, I feel like I can't use most of the room. Think about when I was a kid, my family lived in a single room of 10 square meters. I was even more moved in my heart. The teacher nodded quietly. It's okay, it feels like the same size as my toilet. The University of Magic is really rich. Lu Feng turned to her with a shocked expression. I didn't realize it, but you are still the top player in Versailles. Does your family live in a palace? Give me back my touch. Wang Chen smiled apologetically and said, it seems that Magic University is much richer than Imperial University. Then, they went to see the rooms of junior masters Jingjing and Wang Chen. It's a lot smaller than Lu Feng, but it's actually nearly 200 square meters. After looking at the room, they went to a nearby supermarket to buy some daily necessities. Lu Feng. After shopping, Lu Feng was walking back when he suddenly heard someone calling his name. When he heard the news, he saw Fan Qi waving to him. Ji Yula and Zhou Bin were also standing beside him. You guys are here too. Shi Jingjing immediately greeted her. After some pleasantries, it turned out that they were also looking for the dormitory. I asked about the room numbers and they were A036, A039 and A043. He lives not far from Master Jingjing. After everyone packed up their things in the afternoon, they went to Lu Feng's room to eat hot pot together in the evening to welcome the upcoming college life. During the dinner, Wang Chen suddenly asked, Lu Feng, are you ready for tomorrow's branch examination? After hearing Wang Chen's words, Lu Feng immediately remembered the rules for the divisional examination he had seen in the freshman guide. Unlike in his previous life, the university department was decided upon admission. In universities in this world, departments are decided after admission. On the second day of freshman enrollment, after the entrance ceremony, all first-year students will take an exam to determine their college. Modu University is a university dedicated to cultivating combat talents. There are not so many fancy colleges, there are only 4 colleges in total. King's Academy, Martial Arts Academy, Tactics Academy, and Civilian Academy. From a functional point of view, in addition to the civilian college focusing on cultivating civilian-oriented core, there is not much difference between the other 3 colleges in terms of teaching content. The real gap between each college is reflected in the school points and training resources that students receive. The King's Academy has the most, followed by the Martial Arts Academy, the Tactics Academy, and the Civilian Academy. For every student, it is natural to hope to enter the King's College with the best treatment. And if we only classify colleges and departments based on college entrance examination scores, since the scores for each division are different, it is obviously unfair. That's why there is the branch examination. Let all newbies compete on the same stage. Whether it's a mule or a horse, you can tell by taking it out for a walk. The division examination adopts a mode similar to that of chaos. Pull all students into a super large dual space. 3 circles are drawn on the floor of the space, arranged in the shape of pin. They represent the 3 academies of King, Martial Arts, and Tactics respectively. Which college you want to enter, just go into the circle. Civilian colleges do not need to enter the circle, just stand on the periphery. But there is a limit on the number of people in each circle. There are 100 people from the King's Academy, 300 people from the Martial Arts Academy, and 500 people from the Tactics Academy. When the number of people exceeds the limit, the number will turn red and alarm. If the number of people still exceeds the limit within 1 minute, 1 person in the circle will be randomly selected and removed from the circle. The person who is removed is invincible for 5 minutes, but cannot move at the same time, which is equivalent to being imprisoned. This rule is obviously to stimulate everyone to fight. When the number of people in the circle exceeds the limit, some of them will be cleared out. It's just important to note that if your blood volume is cleared during the battle, you will be eliminated directly. Those who are eliminated will be automatically assigned to the civilian college. Therefore, how to save one's life in a melee with thousands of people is very important. Otherwise, once you are eliminated, you won't even have the chance to choose a college. In Lu Feng's opinion, this exam is not difficult. Prepare. You don't need to prepare anything. Just stand in the circle of King's Academy and you're done. Wang Chen was speechless for a while. But he expected Lu Feng to say this. With his strength, there is nothing to worry about. Lu Feng, we have fought together, so we can be considered half-comrades, right? Take me with you. Lu Feng glanced at him. You are really good at talking. It's just that the college entrance examination was divided into one examination room. When did we become comrades? However, Wang Chen's strength is pretty good, so it's not impossible to form a team. You can join if you want, but you have to work hard. Of course. Wang Chen patted his chest. Whoever dares to take advantage of us, I won't spit on him to death. The teacher heard the words quietly and came over. I will do my best. My 3 pets are all gold level. Beast masters are so terrifying. As a career that will develop in the middle and late stages. As the number and level of pets increases, the advantages will snowball. Lu Feng looked at Ji Yula and the others. Ji Yula quickly shook his head. I think I'm more suitable for the tactical academy. Fan Qi then nodded. Me too, I still don't want to go to King's College. Zhou Bin smiled and said, I want to try the martial arts academy, but it's a bit difficult. Lu Feng nodded secretly. The people he chose have good intentions. Although they followed him and obtained high scores in the college entrance examination, they did not let the rankings get to their heads. This made him quite appreciate it. Your idea is wrong. At this time Wang Chen suddenly interrupted. The 3 of them were stunned. Why? The most important thing in this world is strength, everything else is empty. The salary gap between King's College and other colleges is very big. In order to improve your strength as much as possible, I suggest you all choose King's College. And even if you choose King's Academy now, you can still engage in non-combat oriented professions in the future. Just wait until you are in your senior year and apply to transfer to other colleges. Ji Yula hesitated and said, but we don't want to trouble classmate Lu Feng all the time. Fan Qi and Zhou Bin nodded. Lu Feng smiled and said, it's not a trouble, it's just convenient. You are at least silver level 6 now, so you have a certain ability to protect yourself. Tomorrow you just stand around me and work hard to protect yourself. But if I can't take care of myself, I can't take care of you. Ji Yula and the other 2 nodded in succession. Thank you Lu Feng, that's good. The next morning, Lu Feng and the others had breakfast in the cafeteria and then headed to the training hall to attend the opening ceremony. After the opening ceremony, there are the branch examinations of each college. On the way, Lu Feng saw many students walking in the same direction. 690. There was unconcealable nervousness on their faces. Lu Feng saw a familiar girl, Lin Qingqing. Wearing a tight-fitting sapphire blue outfit, her beautiful black hair was tied up. Behind him was a large sword that emitted a faint black light. It is the dark great sword that dropped from the previous copy of Lengyu Ghost Town. However, Lu Feng's idea at that time was, it's troublesome to name, and the impression he showed was that of Mai Shiranui. He knew Lin Qingqing, but Lin Qingqing didn't know him. The teacher beside her also saw Lin Qingqing. Isn't that Lin Qingqing from the legendary number 1? Wang Chen glanced at it and nodded, it's her. She transferred her student status back to Shanghai before the college entrance examination, so she didn't take the exam with us. Lu Feng suddenly realized, he and Lin Qingqing only met once, and they didn't have much of an impression after that. Looking back now, I did not see Lin Qingqing during the college entrance examination. It turned out that he had transferred to another school. Speaking of which, the Magic City College entrance examination adopts an independent proposition, which is different from the other 4 districts. As usual, universities will take care of local candidates. Lin Qingqing's father transferred her back to the Demon City, probably just to let her enter the Demon City, right? After a while, they arrived at the training hall. The training hall is a very huge venue, roughly the same size as a football field. Normally, various equipment will be placed on the venue for students to exercise and hone their skills. But today, the venue has been cleaned up. Lu Feng found a seat near the back and stood, while Shi Jingjing and others stood around him. Not long after, the freshmen all entered the field and each chose their position. But there was no one standing around Lu Feng and others. It was as if he had some kind of intimidating aura. The teacher quietly looked around at the empty surroundings. Lu Feng, you are awesome. No one else dares to come near you. Lu Feng twitched his lips. I'm a very kind person, okay. Wang Chen rolled his eyes at him. Pull you down. Killing is just like mowing grass. Is it also called kindness? Lu Feng. At this time, there were already 4 mentor-looking people standing on the high platform in front. In fact, I also know this person, Lu Feng. It was Dong Wei, the dean of the Civil Service College. Not long after, a dazzling glow suddenly appeared in the sky above the training ground. Sha Guang circled around the field a few times and then landed on the high platform. As the glow dissipated, the principal's figure appeared. Seeing such a magic, the students couldn't help but feel excited and applauded desperately. Lu Feng looked speechless for a while. Are spells just used to show you off? Mu Qingying cleared her throat and immediately began to give a speech. Students, welcome to Shanghai University. This will be the starting point of your glory. You are the hope of the future of mankind. After saying a few exciting words, Mu Qingying immediately ended her brief speech. Lu Feng looked at the time. Good guy. Finished in 3 minutes. It would be great if all leaders were like her. Then, Mu Qingying introduced to the students. These are the deans of the 4 colleges of our magic university. As he spoke, he stretched out his hand and made a, please, gesture. Standing on the left, a square-faced man wearing black clothing and sharp eyes like daggers took a step forward. Hello everyone, my name is Jing Feng. I am the dean of Wangtu Academy. As he spoke, a faint gray aura spread. The entire training hall was covered in an instant. The students immediately felt a heavy pressure coming down on them. Lu Feng raised his eyebrows. Is this the intention to fight? The reason why the 3 levels of professional warriors, warrior general, and warrior king all carry the word, war, is because. It's because after advancing to the combat master level, you can build your soul and cultivate your fighting spirit. He could feel that Dean Jing did not use any skills. Just a hint of fighting spirit was released, and the nearly 2,000 students in the audience were almost breathless. This strength is as strong as the deep sea. Feeling the pressure of fighting spirit, Lu Feng's body automatically produced a defensive reaction. Accompanied by 2 levels of clear sound, 2 huge phantoms of weapons suddenly appeared above his head. A bloody heavy sword with a red edge. A fiery red folding fan with fluttering butterflies. Sword intent and fan intent exploded together, seeing that the gray energy around Lu Feng was dissipated. On the stage, Jing Feng couldn't help but widen his eyes. Looking at Lu Feng's eyes, it's like looking at a monster. Although he only exerted a trace of fighting spirit, it was definitely not something that a freshman could resist. Lu Feng can actually hold it. Not only that, looking at the shadow above Lu Feng's head, he should have understood the true form of the weapon, which is the prototype of the fighting spirit. Generally speaking, people who have used weapons for at least 10 years can understand the true form of weapons. Could it be said that Lu Feng has been practicing swordplay since he was a child? Forget about practicing swordsmanship. Why do you, a man, still use a flower fan as a weapon? No wonder they all transform into women. She's not a sissy, is she? Jing Feng couldn't help but tremble all over as he thought about it. The fighting spirit dissipated instantly. All the students in the room breathed a sigh of relief. Without the pressure of fighting spirit, the shadow above Lu Feng also disappeared. Even though he was standing close to him, many students still saw him. Although I don't know what the phantom that appears above his head is, it gives people an unknown and powerful feeling. Looking into his eyes, I couldn't help but feel even more fearful. Then, several other deans also introduced themselves. Mu Qingying then announced the end of the opening ceremony. What will be held next is the branch examination that everyone is looking forward to. Everyone will be transported to the exam venue in 5 minutes. Students, please be ready. Mu Qingying said and glanced towards the audience. Lu Feng raised his eyebrows. The direction the principal is looking at is exactly where he is. Although she was far away, Lu Feng could clearly feel her, and she smiled at herself. As if to say, I look forward to your performance. Lu Feng shook his head. There is no reward for first place, so there is no motivation at all. Everyone put on your weapons and equipment and stand around me. Summon both dragons and pets. After teleporting over, the crystal dragon is in front. After Lu Feng finished speaking, his figure gradually became blurry. Soon, a figure of a long-haired woman appeared, wearing blue and white loose clothes, with waist-length purple hair. The scarlet horn on the head and the long and narrow sword in the hand attracted national attention. The students' eyes immediately focused on him. Look, look, look. Lu Feng has a new look. Isn't this knife too long? It looks scary. What's going on with these two horns? They don't seem to be human yet. What new species did Lu Feng summon? Too many clothes, bad review. Everyone was commenting and hurriedly taking photos with their mobile phones. The teacher quietly touched the slender scabbard curiously. Lu Feng, the person summoned this time, is relatively young. Lu Feng twitched his lips. Compared with Mulan and Nua's sister Fan, Long looks much younger. Just like a girl of their own age. But for ghosts, you can't tell your age by appearance, right? Roar. Wang Chen then summoned the crystal dragon. The giant dragon, which was more than 20 meters long, flapped its wings and raised its head and roared. Wang Chen smiled and said, Xiao Jing knew there was going to be a scuffle, and she became excited. Shi Jingjing also summoned all her pets. A several-meter-long purgatory salamander emerged. Opening its huge mouth, Japanese flames immediately spurted out. Frost slime seems to be getting fatter, it looks at least 10 meters square. It can be seen from the bursts of ice mist emitting from the whole body that its strength has become much stronger. When I stood a little closer, I saw a bit of cold air blowing towards my face. The flying mantis standing behind Shi Jingjing has changed the most. Not only is he about 5 meters tall, but golden lines seem to appear on his body. It has now mutated into a flying golden mantis. The teacher said quietly and proudly. Flying golden mantis, the slender antennae on its head moved, as if it smelled something. Then Lu Feng was surprised to see the mantis suddenly rushing in front of him. Makes a mechanical voice. Man, there is no good thing. He raised his arms high, and blew two broad, dazzling arm blades like guillotines towards Lu Feng. At the same time, a huge electronic timer appeared above the examination room. A 1-hour countdown begins. Drones appeared in the sky above the entire examination venue. The cameras mounted on the plane transmit the situation in various areas. At this time, Mu Qingying and the 4 deans were watching the students' every move through the big screen. They immediately saw that most students quickly gathered into small teams. Immediately, they all moved towards the circle of King Academy. Through the new student guide, everyone knows how important it is to join King's College. Students who join the civilian college can receive 100 points and a corresponding level of training resources every month. Students of the Tactics Academy receive 200 points and 2 training resources. Students of the Martial Arts Academy have 400 points and 4 training resources. If you join the King's Academy, congratulations, you will get 1,000 points and 10 training resources every month. 10 times as many as students from civilian colleges. This is also the reason why Wang Chen told Ji Yula and others not to rush to other colleges. Join the Academy of Kings, and even a pig can feed you to the gold level. So at this time, everyone has the same goal, which is King's Academy. However, there were too many monks and too few people, and soon the circle of the King's Academy lit up with bursts of red light. A sharp siren sounded. At this time, a mad swordsman in the circle holding a bloody sword pointed in a direction and shouted. You guys, get out. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. The one he was pointing at was a team of 4 boys from the same dormitory. Being scolded for no reason, one of the water mage wearing a blue robe replied unceremoniously. Who do you think you are? Why do you let us out? Why, just the sword in my hand. As the mad swordsman spoke, a crimson light suddenly flashed in his eyes. Seeing that the situation was not good, the mage just raised his staff and wanted to sing. Blood explosion technique. The figure of the mad swordsman suddenly dragged out a long series of blood-red afterimages, and instantly rushed in front of the mage, slashing him with a sword. His level has reached silver level 9, while the opponent is only silver level 6. There is a level gap in itself. In addition, he used blood explosion technique to instantly speed up at the expense of blood volume, bully him into the mage, and instantly interrupt the opponent's spell. With the sound of the sharp blade cutting into the body, the mage was immediately covered in blood. The mage screamed, his eyes widened, and he fell to the ground. Fortunately, his teammates had healing skills, so they immediately cast quick healing technique. As a few soft golden rays of light fell on his body, the mage managed to keep his name. But due to the serious injury, he had lost most of his combat experience at this time. Quote. We are all classmates, you don't need to be so cruel. The other three gritted their teeth, their eyes were red, and they glared at the mad swordsman. He sneered and raised his sword again. There was blood dripping from time to time on the sword blade. If you don't get out, I'll kill you too. Sensing the other party's somewhat crazy aura, the three of them immediately shut their mouths. He obediently supported the mage and exited the circle of the King's Academy. As they exited, the alarm sound of excessive numbers of people suddenly stopped. No one below the 8th level of silver is allowed to step in, otherwise you will be responsible for the consequences. The mad swordsman established his power with one strike of his sword, and then shouted violently. The people already in the circle were all silent. After all, it is indeed a troublesome thing to keep people entering and triggering the alarm. It couldn't be better if someone takes the initiative. And there were originally some teams that were preparing to step into the circle. Hearing his shout, he immediately retracted his feet in fright. At this time, a black-haired girl carrying a big sword walked into the circle with an indifferent expression. Another girl followed closely behind. These two people were Lin Qingqing and Su Ju. On the other side, a girl in white holding an umbrella also stepped into the circle. It's Luo Shishi. As they entered, the alarm sounded again. The mad swordsman frowned, glanced at the two of them, and immediately ran out of ideas. They are all at the 10th level of silver, which is not something he can handle. His eyes immediately began to search the crowd, wanting to see if there were any weaker ones mixed in. At this time, a deafening roar suddenly sounded not far away. Roar! Wang Chen stood on the back of the crystal dragon, showing off his power and saying, God Lu is here. Get out of here. Immediately, countless sharp crystal-tipped shuttles shot toward the circle of the King's Academy. The level of the crystal dragon is still silver level 10. But this crystal breath has gold level power. In an instant, most people in the circle were stabbed by the sharp edges of the shuttle. Not only that, they discovered that the location where the sharp shuttle was punctured actually showed a strange crystallization. This is a new skill that Crystal Dragon has learned, crystallization. By changing the structure of the injured location of the enemy, it loses its normal function. Although this skill is relatively useless, sometimes it can work wonders. For example, if the enemy's knees are crystallized, their walking speed will be seriously affected because they cannot bend. Indirectly played a decelerating effect. Wang Chen, you stabbed someone in the back. The dragon should be banned, it's so foul. We can't stop it anymore, retreat quickly. Accompanied by howls and curses, the students covered their wounds and retreated one after another. Wang Chen turned his head and raised his thumb at Lu Feng. Your plan really works. Wait for the opponent to gather together, then use a big move to clear the field. The spot became available immediately. Lu Feng was speechless for a while. His original intention was just to let Wang Chen scare others and let the 6 positions come out. Unexpectedly, he actually let the Crystal Dragon activate its breath. Breath is Crystal Dragon's ultimate move. It is still in its infancy and cannot be used several times a day. By doing this, Wang Chen is not making enemies for himself. But it doesn't matter. Lu Feng looked at the value-added effect on his body. After a while, I will be invincible. Bang, bang, bang. The Crystal Dragon entered the circle with a swaggering pace that it would not recognize. Fortunately, the circle was drawn big enough, and it was in the form of a young dragon, so it was enough for 10 of them. Lu Feng and his party followed and entered the circle. Then I saw that there were several people in the circle. He saw Lin Qingqing, Su Ju and Luo Shishi at a glance. Lin Qingqing and Su Ju's clothes were torn in several places, but they were not injured. Luo Shishi is fine, but the umbrella cover of the precious umbrella seems to be somewhat damaged. Six eyes immediately focused on him. Lu Feng is very depressed. The one who took action was the crystal dragon, and its owner is Wang Chen. What are you looking at me for? Turning to look at Wang Chen. You handle the trouble you caused. Wang Chen immediately stuttered. After a while, he came back. Lin Qingqing, Su Ju and Luo Shishi were also followed behind. It's done. Lu Feng looked at the three people following him, feeling confused for a while. How to do it? Then Su Ju said, Classmate Lu Feng, my lady wants to join your team, we can pay for it. You can pay as much as you like. Okay, one person with 100,000 crystal stones. Lu Feng is familiar with the road. Since he was a regular customer before, he didn't open his mouth like a lion. Turning to look at Luo Shishi, do you want to join too? Luo Shishi looked at him coldly and held the umbrella in front of him. He said calmly, compensate. Lu Feng, okay. Then he gave her 50,000 crystal stones. Anyway, I received a lot from Lin Qingqing, and I don't feel bad about spitting out some. Luo Shishi accepted the crystal and left calmly. Lu Feng frowned. This is not the goddess of freedom, she should be the goddess of coldness. It's better to have less to do with her. Wang Chen poked Lu Feng with his elbow and whispered, Brother, you are really good with women. Lu Feng, your eyes are useless and can be donated. Lu Feng and others occupied the center of the King's Academy and quickly squeezed the others to the periphery. At this time, there were still a dozen students from Baiyinju and Tianji in the circle. They gathered together and discussed quietly. Lu Feng's team is too strong, we must unite to defeat him. Come on, didn't you see how Lu Feng beat Shi Yu and the others so violently yesterday? They were so beaten that they all had psychological shadows and ran directly to the circle of the Martial Arts Academy. There are definitely not enough of us, but we can call on everyone else. I don't believe it. There are more than 1,500 of us, and we can't deal with Lu Feng. Isn't it great that everyone is living in peace and harmony? Life is short, why do you still want to take shortcuts? Why are you so unambitious? Everyone debated for a long time, but there was still no result. At this time, in the circle between the Martial Arts Academy and the Tactics Academy. However, several small and medium-sized battles broke out. On the scene, a strange scene appeared in Yishi. The fight was supposed to be in full swing here at King's Academy. Not only were there less than half the people, but everything was calm. On the contrary, the Martial Arts Academy and the Tactics Academy are in constant conflict. In the training hall, the four deans were looking at the big screen. Chu Tinlong shook his head repeatedly. You don't even have the courage to challenge Lu Feng, you are a loser. Chen Hua retorted. Lu Feng's strength is too strong. They just give him away, and he may not even be able to enter the Martial Arts Academy. It's very unwise. Jing Feng snorted coldly. The fighting type should have a desire to win. If you don't even have that, you are no different from the Walking Dead. Dong Wei curled his lips. Dean Jing, what you said is too serious. Mu Qingying waved her hand, interrupting their bickering. It's too boring now, let's change the rules. On the field, Wang Chen sat cross-legged on the ground, bored. Lu Feng, did you bring your beach chair? Take it out and let me lie down on it. Lu Feng, this is an exam, be serious. If the principal sees it, you will definitely be punished. Wang Chen sighed. I want to be serious, but there's no fight, how can you ask me to be serious? At this moment, a voice suddenly sounded on the field. Now announce a new rule. The person who eliminates Lu Feng will receive a 5,000-point reward. The one who kills will be rewarded with 3,000 points, and the rider will be rewarded with 2,000 points distributed according to the damage percentage. If Lu Feng is eliminated, 5,000 points will be deducted. The originally noisy venue suddenly became quiet. Several people who were fighting also stopped. Everyone heard it immediately. The person speaking was none other than the dean of the Civil Service College, Wei. After a few seconds, everyone turned and looked at Lu Feng. The eyes are full of green and greedy light. This is 5,000 points. You know, most people only receive 100 points when they enroll. Even the top 100 geniuses only have 1,000 points. 5,000 points is enough to make people crazy. Although Lu Feng is very strong, if we all go together, there is always a chance, right? Maybe you can just let me make it up to the last bit. As a human being, you must always have dreams. Not to mention other people, there was something wrong with the way Wang Chen looked at Lu Feng at this time. Classmate Lu Feng, don't let the good news go to outsiders, otherwise, you know. At worst, I'll split it for you when the time comes, 6 or 4 for you, 6 for you and 4 for me, how about that? Get out, Lu Feng said angrily, I paid for all the 5,000 points. You think I'm stupid? You are the crow-mouthed one who said there was no fight. Let me give you a good fight this time. Wang Chen's face twitched. There are more than 1,600 people in the audience. I'm not a god, how can I beat so many? Lu Feng ignored him, looked up at the sky, and said loudly, Ding dong. This is not fair. I've been eliminated, points will be deducted. What if I eliminate others? Should there also be point rewards? Lu Feng believed that since Dong Wei could hear the sound coming in, he would definitely be able to hear his shouting. After a long silence, Dong Hui's voice sounded again. Every time you eliminate someone, you will be rewarded with 5 points. The person eliminated by you will have 5 points deducted. But it's only for you personally, the rest of the team will be eliminated. When Lu Feng heard this, his eyes suddenly lit up. One person has 5 points, and there are more than 1,600 people in the audience. That's more than 8,000 points. Lu Feng immediately stood up and drew his sword. The slender blade is as white as snow, reflecting the dazzling light. After giving instructions in a low voice, he rushed outside. Suddenly he jumped out of the circle of King Academy and flew towards the direction of Martial Arts Academy. Those 10th level silver students in the King's Academy circle did not expect that Lu Feng actually ignored them. Suddenly they became angry and were ready to catch up. At this moment, I suddenly felt a darkness in my head. When they raised their heads, they saw an extremely gloomy thundercloud covering their heads. Thunderstorm. As the ice and thunder mage Su Ju shouted, countless silver-white arcs suddenly descended from the thunder clouds and wrapped around them instantly. A negative effect of paralysis immediately appeared on everyone's head. Thunder Cloud Storm is the mage's group control skill. Targets within the range of thunder clouds are temporarily unable to move. Immediately, Shi Jingjing and others surrounded them. Spells of various colors are directed at them. It's over. We're going to be killed by Lu Feng's teammates. It's so frustrating. I can't even touch the corner of Lu Feng's clothes. What a waste of my points. They lamented and gave up resistance directly. However, after a while, they found that they were still alive. Look at the blood volume again. 100%. Everyone was immediately confused. What's happening here? A wave of operations is as fierce as a tiger, and the damage is 25 at a glance. No, not even 25, not at all. I wanted to activate the acceleration skill immediately to escape, but then a prompt popped up. You have been silenced and your skills cannot be activated. Everyone. At this time, a person accidentally looked at his status bar and was shocked. I was actually hit with a long row of more than 10 negative effects. Silence art, slowness art, intelligence reduction art, weakness art, aging art. If you want to kill, just do it. What's the point of torturing us like this? Wang Chen stood in front of them and said with a smile, No, we won't kill you. He thought to himself, we killed and didn't accumulate any points, so we must have saved them for Lu Feng to kill. It was Ji Yula who added these negative effects to them. Her profession as a conjurer. When Su Ju used Thunder Cloud Storm to control them just now, Ji Yula immediately cast a bunch of group spells on them, adding all possible negative effects. As for why there were so many spells, it was actually Lu Feng's order. The hero Lu Feng is currently using is Hazy, which has a passive skill, 100 Ghosts Night Walk. 100 Ghosts Night Walk passive skill. When the enemy character is attached to a negative state, it will gain 2 layers of 100 Ghosts Night Walk. Each layer will increase the speed by 5%, and can be stacked up to 100 layers. Previously, the Crystal Dragon's breath was accompanied by crystallization, which was also a negative state. More than 40 layers of 100 Ghosts Night Walk have been stacked on Lu Feng. Now add Ji Yuli's wave of group spells. Lu Feng directly stacked 100 layers of 100 Ghosts Night Walk. The speed is directly increased by 500%, coupled with the passive effect of breeze which increases movement speed by 60%. Lu Feng's speed suddenly increased nearly 10 times. In the martial arts academy area, everyone is giving in to each other and arguing over who should rush forward first. Then I saw Lu Feng rushing over with a knife. Before we even started, Lu Feng came to our door. Just right, now everyone doesn't have to fight. The shield warriors and paladins go up to resist, the long-range professions spread out and prepare for output, and the disease and druids hit the tank's health. Everyone has their own destiny. Whoever gets the last one will be judged by his ability. While everyone was chattering, they saw Lu Feng's figure suddenly speed up, his whole body turned into a silver stream of light, and he rushed into the crowd in an instant. Wow, what speed is this? Teacher, someone is using an acceleration plugin. Where's Lu Feng? In just one meeting, more than 10 people were killed instantly. They were all cut in two, and their deaths were extremely miserable. To say it was a face-to-face meeting is not accurate. In fact, no one saw Lu Feng at all. More than 200 people in the circle of the martial arts academy were deeply shocked by Lu Feng's power. This speed is really too fast. There was no one in sight at all, and I could only barely catch a stream of silver light, moving quickly through the crowd. Every time he traveled, 10 people were killed. The sound of howling is endless. From a distance, you can see the circle of the martial arts academy. Just like playing a music game, white light keeps rising. That was the light beam that students were forced to teleport out of the venue after they were eliminated. In less than 10 seconds, all 300 people in the circle of the martial arts academy were slaughtered. Mu Qingying and the 4 deans couldn't help but gasp when they saw this scene. This speed is really outrageous. School, principal, do you want to suspend the exam? Dong Wei suggested. The remaining students shouldn't be able to stop him, right? Mu Qingying looked calm on the surface, but her heart was turbulent. This guy Lu Feng is so annoying. In order to target him, I specially changed the rules. Not only did it fail to restrict him, but it also allowed him to use it in reverse and earn a lot of points. Seeing Lu Feng chasing down other students like an eagle chasing away chickens, I felt a little irritated inside. He waved his hand and said, "Stop the exam." Jing Feng immediately asked, "Principal, if it is suspended now, how will the branches be divided into different schools?" Lu Feng and his teammates all entered Wangtu Academy. Everyone else, retake the exam. Mu Qingying said a word and disappeared suddenly. 5 minutes later, the students all returned to the training hall. Many students' faces were filled with fear. They were the ones taken away by Lu Feng. Without even seeing the enemy, his body was broken into 2 pieces. Although there is no real death when fighting on the virtual field. But the pain before death will not diminish at all. No one wants to experience that heart-pounding feeling a second time. More students were panting heavily, looking like they were surviving the disaster. They saw a silver light dangling in front of their eyes. Every time he passed by, several people were chopped into 2 pieces. Blood splattered everywhere, and broken limbs flew everywhere. It was like watching a horror movie. And they don't know when they will be killed. I can only wait for death to come in endless fear. Fortunately, the teacher stopped the exam in time, otherwise I would have had a psychological shadow. Dong Wei immediately announced that Lu Feng and 7 people from the same team would enter the King's Academy. Other students will take a makeup exam in the afternoon. Although I am a bit depressed about having to take a makeup exam. But thinking about not having to compete with Lu Feng, Yin's mood suddenly became much happier. Phew, finally we don't have to see the Demon King of the mainland anymore. Lu Feng transformed into a woman, it's so deceptive. I didn't expect to kill people so cruelly, killing people is faster than mowing grass. This speed is like driving a car, who can withstand it? I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.